Boodly doodly doo 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 do 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 do. Yeah, it's Make Monday. It's the day where I make stuff, and today's a very special one. It's the last one for a while, and I have so many things I want to talk about. So we are going to be reacting to Drew Gonzalez and Danny Gooden. Wait, no. Who are they? Are they the same person? Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. They're some of the best creators ever, and they get mixed up all the time. And I mix them up on purpose because I totally know it's Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. They're great. So let's watch some of their videos. Before the stream, I started watching Vampire Dad. My Dad is Rich, which is such a good song. I don't know why I like it so much. It's not even one of his best ones. Very old one, actually. But all right, let's go see if everything's working. Here we go. Good, you can hear me. That's great. Mute. All right, let's replay it. I don't want to ruin a regular video, so I'll just play the... Okay.
Alright, you can try to fuck with me. But before you do, there's something you should probably know. I keep that motherfucking thing on me. And by thing, I mean dad. Trust, you don't want to make me mad, cause I got him on
by thing, I mean dad.
And he's rich as all heck. And he's strong, he'll be coming for your neck. Yeah, my dad is straight evil. He's a mafia
Okay,
boss.
it works. The mix is good.
Give me an arbitrary job, cause I have no
I think it's great.
Nepotism got me making them bills. First grade, I had a bully, he was straight dissing. Asked the principal
So
for help,
dumb.
but he wouldn't listen. Told my
I love
dad
it.
Next day, they were both missing. Like Shape of Water, they were sleeping with fishes. And did I mention he's a vampire? My dad can't die. Paler
It's
than
so
a
good.
motherfucking overcast sky. Only coming out at night, killing folks with one bite. Think he sucks? Well, you goddamn right. Me and Dad at the ballpark, hit him balls with a bat. If you bully me, you're gonna brawl with a bat. Who needs a sugar daddy when you got a sugar dad? Unlimited allowance, no cap. Dad been alive for 400 years.
Rich
Vampire
man.
shit, he don't show up in the mirrors.
Rich man shit.
He don't show up
So
for his kids.
stupid.
How we live forever, but ain't got time for his kids. But it's cool. I get that money from the top, bitch. Call that trickle down economics. You don't wanna mess with me, I promise. The money never stops, but it's got a lot of commas. If I have a bad dream, then I'm hopping in his coffin. Dad's richer than Jeff Bezos. It ain't fall, but he's raking up pesos. Putting all my haters underneath gravestones. I'm like a baby mouse, cause he feed me queso. Little bread like panko. You will never have a rich dad. You will always have
that's
a tiny
great.
baby bitch dad. You could have money in the bank, but your dad can't hang cause he ain't got fangs.
Hey, don't lead gangs, bitch. Great song. All right. So these are the two boys we reacted to: Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez. Two of them together. They are not the same person. Who are they? The only person who makes videos, the guy who created YouTube, and Smiley Face. Danny doesn't need to say nothing. They both make a ton of videos. They both make commentary stuff. 276 videos versus 143. Drew needs to catch up. They're both amazing. I love them both. They're very different, even though everybody thinks they're the same person. So let's just jump into Wired. Have them explain who they are to strangers. That's probably the best way to understand them.
Hi, I'm Drew Gooden, and this is the Wired Autocomplete interview. It's worth pointing out that there's another Drew Gooden, arguably more famous than me. He played in the NBA for, I think, like 15 years. Does Drew Gooden? Yes. Did Drew Gooden create YouTube?
Yes.
So a lot of people assume that this is a joke, because one time I had this like throwaway line in a video where I was like, I invented YouTube, I made it myself. I was just kind of hammering away on my computer one day, and all of a sudden I had a website, and it's awesome. You should check it out, youtube.com. Lots of videos on there, they're awesome. Did Drew Gooden Do it for the Vine. Vine was an app, much like TikTok. People made 6-second videos. I made some for a couple years before I did YouTube. One of the popular ones on Vine, I didn't make it, was this song where someone said, do it for the Vine. I did for a little bit, but these days, no, I do it for the tube. Did Drew Gooden win a Streamy? Yes, I did. I was actually really excited about that. I did not expect to win at all. My wife and I were watching the award show, and a lot of the awards, they don't like make a big thing about it. They just kind of do this like lightning round where they go through several different awards. And that was one of them, and it was just, oh, by the way, Drew Gooden. And I was like, what? I was genuinely shocked. But yeah, I'm really proud of that. It was a cool thing, and they gave me a trophy.
That's nice.
So I have the trophy. Not with me, but I own it. Does Drew Gooden have a podcast? No, not currently. My wife and I started a podcast with the intent of doing one episode every week, I guess forever. It was called the Little Stinker Radio Hour, and I thought we had an interesting story about our relationship because we met on Vine and we did long distance for a bit, and we wanted to kind of offer advice too for people who are in that because it's tough to go several months without seeing, your partner, and I think that was worth sharing. But then once we got to the second episode, we were like, all right, now what do we talk about? We made it 2 weeks, and then we stopped. All right, does Drew Gooden have a job? This is a very judgmental question. Do you have a job? Yeah. I mean, I think what I do is a job. I make time to sit and work, and I film and edit, and editing can be a lot of work too. I like doing every part of the video myself. Contrary to what maybe some of my family members might think, yeah, I work hard-ish. Sometimes. All right.
Okay. So, that's Drew Gooden. I love that Wired does this. Wired does this with everybody, where they'll just have them come and read like Googles of them, and I think it's like the perfect way to show who somebody is because they're answering questions about themselves, and a lot of it is usually like deep lore. But yeah, both of them started on Vine. Him and Danny. They both started on Vine, and they both have wives, and they both got married around similar times. And a lot of people joke that they are the same person. Hence the poster I got behind me right now. They did a whole tour called "We Are Not the Same Person." It was great. So let's keep going.
How old was Drew Gooden when first Vine? My first Vine was probably 2014, and it was me filming what I thought was a really funny commercial for mayonnaise. And they're just like, if you want mayonnaise, you gotta use this brand of mayonnaise. And that was the whole Vine. So that really, set off my career trajectory from a great starting point, for sure. How did Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez meet? Danny and I actually met at VidCon several years ago. We had been in a short film that Vine put together called Camp Unplug. We went to this camp in Wisconsin, Camp Wandawega. We shot there for a few days, and then I remember we went to VidCon, I think shortly afterwards. But Danny's awesome. He's one of the funniest people I know, and we get compared to a lot, which I find a compliment. He's super talented and funny, so if you think that we're similar, that's great. How Drew Gooden joined Team 10.
I remember that. It was so good.
Was an internet conglomerate started by Jake Paul, and he had this course you could take where you sort of learn how to be in Team 10, and I made a video about that. Well, unfortunately, I did not ever join Team 10. I did go to his live show, and I got to watch them all perform. I was in the same room as Team 10, if that counts. How did Drew Gooden spill the water? One time, I was on Cody Ko's podcast, and I was nervous to be on this podcast because I was a big fan of Cody and I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. And sure enough, I'm just sipping a bottle of water and I set it down and just knock it over. Almost got it on like all the recording equipment. Pretty much the worst thing you could do in a situation where you're trying not to look like an idiot. Not one of my proudest moments, but
it's so painful.
That's okay. How many subscribers does Drew Gooden have? 3.3 million as of now, but the goal is 1 billion. So if you want to help that cause, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we should hit 1 billion subscribers pretty soon. All right, what is Drew Gooden doing now? I'm glad you asked. I'm doing the Wired autocomplete interview. What camera does Drew Gooden use? Panasonic Lumix G150. That's a pretty good camera. It's good for sitting down and staying focused in one spot. Otherwise, if I move around, it's not as good of a camera because the autofocus isn't very good. So if you're sitting down and making videos, that's a good one to use. What state does Drew Gooden live in? I live in Florida, good old Florida. A lot of my friends will send me sometimes, you'll see a headline, it's like, Florida man does the most insane thing that anyone's ever done. And they're like, was this you? And I say yes, because it is usually me. What happened to Drew Gooden? I don't know. Is there something I should know about? Was there an accident I was involved in? Which Drew Gooden plays basketball? Which Drew Gooden plays basketball professionally is the other Drew Gooden, for sure. He's much taller, more athletic in pretty much every sense than me. But I do own a basketball hoop in my backyard. So technically, I would say we both play basketball. Which Drew Gooden can dunk? Not this one. Well, the fun thing about owning your own hoop is that you can set it to any height you want. So if I want to dunk, I'll bring it way down and I will dunk. Regulation size, probably not. Drew Gooden All-Star. So this is probably the other one. I'm going to explain how the NBA works because I'm kind of the authority on this. In the NBA, there's all-star teams that you get voted into every year. So I think they're probably asking if he got voted into one of the all-star teams. I didn't get any votes, but I do not know for certain if he didn't. When did Drew Gooden retire? Oh, I wish I could retire. If you ask my family, going back to the other questions earlier, I already did retire. As soon as I quit my real job and started doing YouTube, that was the day I retired. So if you're going off that logic, then like 2017, I retired as a 23-year-old and I don't do anything all day ever. It's the best. Why does Drew Gooden say guy? For a long time, I didn't know how to start my videos because a lot of people are like, what's up guys? Or they have like a catchphrase or a nickname for their fan base. And for a while I was calling people little stinkers and then I didn't really like that much. I sort of just started doing that and I was like, is this gonna be my thing forever? I don't know how I feel about this. But then instead of saying, hey guys, once I said, hey guy, and people seemed to think it was funny. So I've been saying it pretty much every video. Why do I say it? Because it's funny. Drew Gooden fan fiction. Oh boy.
Yeah, we're watching
One of the videos Danny Gonzalez and I made together was about the funniest fan fiction I've ever read in my life that someone wrote about us. I think one of us married Jake Paul. I believe it was called House of Gold. That was a really funny video to make because we hadn't read the fan fiction beforehand. There were so many insane twists in it. Every time you think it couldn't get any crazier, it did. So I would recommend watching that video if you want to learn more about my fan fiction and my reaction to it. Drew Gooden, picture of a hot dog. I also have a website to show off my web design skills where the home page is a picture of a hot dog and then you can add all these different toppings to it. I've got a corn dog on there, nachos, hat. So, really just some crazy stuff on there. Drew Gooden, Christmas movie. So I've made a lot of videos about weird Christmas movies, which is pretty easy to do because I don't know if you've noticed, there are so many Christmas movies. Most of them have almost identical plots. A businesswoman moves to a small town and she meets her high school sweetheart and she realizes that business isn't everything, love is everything, and then she stays in her hometown forever. But then there's some Christmas movies where they try to do something that's never been done before, but in order to do that, because everything's been done before, you have to come up with the most insane plot. I just watched one where these mannequins came to life and were like falling in love with the people in the movie, and it was such a bizarre film. Where does Drew Gooden get his joke?
It's only got
I
one.
get my joke from right here. Is Drew Gooden good in? I like to think I'm good. I haven't done any crimes. Is Drew Gooden Canadian? No, I'm not. I am a Floridian and American. And you might be thinking of Curtis Connor, my friend. He's Canadian. He gets associated with me and Danny a lot. But no, I'm not Canadian. So. Is Drew Gooden a vegetarian. I like vegetables. I did a video recently where I ate like Tom Brady for a month, and I ate a lot of vegetables when I did that. But he still eats like fish, so I ate fish too. So I never went full vegetarian. But if it's something I could commit to, I'd be happy to do it, you know. Is Drew Gooden a Dolphins fan? Yes, just like the Orlando Magic, I am also a fan of the Miami Dolphins, another Florida team that is pretty bad at the sport that they play for the most part. You know, some people get to grow up and they watch their favorite team win Super Bowls and championships and playoff games and all these things, and I've never seen any of my favorite teams have success.
Aww.
Is Drew Gooden in Euphoria? No, I'm not in Euphoria. I'm not Zendaya either. I don't know if that's what they're asking about. I wish. She's the best, but no, I'm not.
Masterpiece.
I guess what I want people to take away from the Wired autocomplete interview is that even though me and the other Drew Gooden get our information mixed up a lot on YouTube, we're different dudes, okay? He's much taller than me.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that's Drew Gooden. Let's look at Danny.
What's up, Greg? I'm Danny Gonzalez, and this is the Wired Autocomplete interview. If you told me all of these questions are from my mom, I would probably not want to answer a lot of them, honestly. Okay. What does Danny Gonzalez, Greg, mean? Greg is what I call my fans on YouTube. It's sort of like how Grateful Dead has Deadheads, or I think Nicki Minaj has Barbies. Is that Nicki Minaj? Okay. Back in like 2017, when like Logan Paul and Jake Paul were getting popular, they had these cool fan base names that were like puns on their own name. Logan's was Logang, and Jake Paul's was the Jake Paulers, which is a lot less clever. I wanted to do something like that with my own name, but I couldn't come up with anything, and I thought it would be really funny if I just started every video by saying hi to some random guy named Greg. What was Danny Gonzalez's job before YouTube? I've had a few different jobs before I was a YouTuber. When I was in college, I nannied like middle school kids. Occasionally, I'll still get a text from one of them every now and again, just saying that they watch one of my YouTube videos or asking if they can be in one of my YouTube videos. What is Danny Gonzalez Twitch? Yeah, I do have a Twitch channel. I don't really stream very much anymore, but my Twitch, I think, is just Danny Gonzalez, or maybe it's Danny Gonzalez. I don't really stream that much anymore, so probably not that much going on there. What degree does Danny Gonzalez have? Okay, I went to college. I went to Georgia Tech, and my degree is in computational media. I often tell people that it's computer science because it sounds cooler, honestly, and nobody knows what computational media is, but basically I had to take like half computer science courses and half like liberal arts degrees. It's a degree that a lot of people get when they're going into like game design or like web design, stuff like that. I did none of that. I make YouTube videos in my house. What is Danny Gonzalez's personality type? I have taken personality quizzes before. I don't remember exactly what my personality type is. I think I've taken the one that gives you like the letters like int J, I think is mine, maybe?
I have your Myers-Briggs result
Okay,
here.
okay.
It's an ESTJ.
ESTJ. Is the E extrovert?
It means you're reliable, steadfast, and self-assured.
I'm reliable to people who deserve it, you know? Self-assured, I don't think so. And steadfast, I don't even think I know what that means, but I'm not stead slow, I sure as hell know that. What hair product does Danny Gonzalez use? None, since I shaved my head. Honestly, I just step out of the shower and just let that shit dry. Am I allowed to swear? Is it? Before I shaved my head, I used a product that you can get at Target called Cremo, I think. It's just like C-R-E-M-O, Cremo. I'm gonna call it Cremo. So that is all the questions on this one.
So that's Danny. As you can see, they're kind of different. I mean, they're both from the same area. I didn't know Danny went to Georgia Tech because he lives in Chicago. Interesting. So yeah, they're even more similar than I thought, actually. But he Yeah, he went to college for computer science. I feel like the difference between the two is that it seems like Danny always wanted to do YouTube and like creating stuff like video games and music. Um, and it seems like Drew always wanted to be a comedian, and that's kind of the difference. Is because his Drew started on Vine. They both started on Vine, but Drew's only started on Vine. He didn't make YouTube videos as a kid or anything, at least not that we see. Um, but Danny did. Danny's been doing it for like 8 years. So he went to Vine to do Vine stuff, and then he came back. He also was on Corridor Crew. Like he was one of the Corridor Digital. He was an intern there for a while. Um, Markiplier was also a Corridor um, intern. But that was more of a like a jokey kind of thing. But yeah, he worked there for a while. He helped them come up with all their social media, like Facebook and TikTok stuff and Vine, like their external stuff. And then he left and he went back to doing his thing. Because his channel was blowing up. He's a really fascinating guy. He's done a lot of different interesting things. And I like his musical skills. But let's keep watching him.
Okay, next. Does Danny Gonzalez have a tattoo? I have one. It is a snail, and it is right here. It's on my left thigh. My wife Laura has a snail on her right thigh. They were supposed to kiss, but we accidentally both got them facing the same direction. So there's just kind of like one snail following another snail. Does Danny Gonzalez have a podcast? No, I don't.
They really
I've
should
thought
start
about
one
starting one
together.
before, but I'm not good enough at having conversations or talking for long periods of time, so I'm probably not going to do that. If I were to have a podcast, I like true crime. I feel like those are really interesting stories, but some of them are really scary, so maybe something that's like really interesting stories that aren't scary. Does Danny Gonzalez work at Corridor?
Yep, there it is.
No, but I did. I worked at Corridor Digital for maybe 3 or 4 months in 2018, and it was right as my YouTube channel was starting to blow up on its own, and so I started this job at Corridor, and Corridor was one of my favorite YouTube channels all through high school and college. So I
same.
started working there, and it was my dream job basically, aside from obviously having my own YouTube channel. So I feel really bad because my channel started to blow up right as I got this job, and then I quit because my own channel started doing well. But they still make some of my favorite YouTube videos that I watch, so they're awesome. Does Danny Gonzalez have a dog? I do, yes. I have 2 dogs. One of them's name is Sunday. She's a mix of a lot of different breeds. She's like a boxer, chihuahua, beagle mix. Cattle dog is in there too. And then I have a dog, Zero, who is a mini Australian Shepherd. Zero looks like a little stuffed animal. Sunday kind of looks like a dog that was taxidermied sometimes because her eyes are like little black beads. They don't look real, but they're both very cute and I love them both. Does Danny Gonzalez use autotune? Yeah, I do. I use a lot of it. So I make music, I make comedy music. I'm not a singer, but sometimes I want to make a song where I sing. So I use autotune, and I'm not ashamed about it. Technology makes our lives better in a variety of ways, and this is one of them. Okay, next. Is Danny Gonzalez a dad? I sometimes call my dogs my children. I do worry that people who are actually parents kind of are like, whoa, dude, you don't know what it's like to be a real dad. And I feel weird about saying that, but in the privacy of my own home, I do call them my children and I do call myself their father. But in a literal sense, no, I'm not a dad. I didn't give birth to them or anything like that. Is Danny Gonzalez a comedian? I don't know exactly what makes you a comedian because I don't do stand-up. I don't act in movies, I just make YouTube videos, but I do make comedic YouTube videos. So I guess it just depends on your definition of comedian. Sometimes when I'm talking to older family members or people that are, that just ask what I do for a living, if I don't want to explain YouTube to them, I'll just say I'm a comedian and then they get it. So sometimes I call myself a comedian. Is Danny Gonzalez real?
No, not. He's an illusion. Look at
Deeply
him.
philosophical question for me to answer, I guess. I mean, I have no way of knowing for sure if any of this is real. So, yeah, I guess there's your answer. Is Danny Gonzalez sponsored by LaCroix? No, I'm not. I used to
should
drink
be.
LaCroix in a lot of my second channel videos. I was just coming off of this thing where I was like trying to stop drinking soda. And so I was like pushing LaCroix really heavily in my videos. At the start of every video, I would drink a LaCroix. And I kind of was hoping at some point that they would be like, yo, that's really cool. Like, let's work together. We'll sponsor your videos. That never happened. Is Danny Gonzalez the fastest growing YouTube channel? Okay, this is actually kind of fucked up that this is on here, because I say in a lot of my videos that I am the fastest growing
also
YouTube
says
channel,
don't
but
look
I
it up.
always preface it by saying do not look that up. And the fact that this is on here means that a lot of people have looked this up. This is really disappointing to see. I'm not even gonna dignify it with a response. You already know. And so as far as I'm concerned, this does not deserve a response, so. Who is Danny Gonzalez? Best friend. That's kind of a sweet question. I don't think I've ever seen anyone ask that before online. My best friend is my wife. I know that that's kind of, some people, you know, roll their eyes at saying that, but she is my best friend. I spend all day, every day with her. If I wasn't gonna pick my wife, I'd probably pick my dogs, which would also be kind of a cop-out. So, I mean, what do you want me to say? Who is Danny Gonzalez's dream? Last year on April Fool's Day, I did a fake face reveal as the notorious Minecraft creator Dream. Because he had never shown his face at that point. He has now, and it's not my face. The real Dream actually like DM'd me and said, hey, do you want to do like a fake face reveal on my Twitch account? I got on his Twitch, I did like a whole presentation about how I'm really Dream and like the whole thing was fake. Up until Dream face revealed a couple months ago, people actually thought that I was Dream. They didn't know that it was an April Fool's Day joke. They saw it after the fact when it wasn't April Fool's Day anymore. I am not Dream, unfortunately. I know I was as disappointed as you when I found out, but I'm not. Who
No,
edits
he's not
Danny
Dream?
Gonzalez videos?
Oh, that hurts.
I have an editor. His name is Jake Mayer, and he is super talented. He's a great guy. He edits my videos. He also shoots my videos with me. So when I did a video recently where I went to the Stanley Hotel, Jake came with me. He is technically an employee, and I did feel bad like making him stay at a haunted hotel. I do feel like there's some like ethical issues with that, but in fairness, I did book him a non-haunted room, and he didn't see any ghosts, as far as I know. Who does Danny Gonzalez look like? There's so many people. The newest one that I kept getting a lot was the new Buzz Lightyear from the Pixar Buzz Lightyear movie. I don't think that shaving my head has helped. I think that I actually look a lot more like him now. That was not intentional. I feel like it's a lot of Pixar movies. I swear that like every time they look for a new character, they like load the same 3D model into their program, and it's kind of like a gangly guy with a large nose, and then they just like modify it a little bit, and then they're like, this is the new main character of the Pixar movie. So it's them, okay? It's not me. They're doing it. I swear.
Welcome, Spiky. Yeah, we're reacting to them. I don't know what is up with my voice. It keeps going every time I try to talk. But yeah, welcome. We watched Drew Gooden's Wired first, and now we're watching his. He's a fascinating guy, Danny. I feel like the two are different in a lot of ways, even though they're the same. I really like Drew. I also really like Danny, though. I think that Drew is more of like a self-made comedian, and Danny is more of like an entrepreneur, sort of like musician, super smart boy. I think that Drew is more of the he does kind of like one thing. You know, he's like, he started on Vine, and then he made a YouTube channel to try to pivot, and then he does comedy, and he reacts to things, and he watches, you know, Christmas movies, or talks about trends, or buys, he just does like lifestyle videos. And I think that Danny is more music and reacting to like specific people more. I think they started the same, and then they've sort of kind of drifted a little differently. They've evolved differently, but apparently Danny's been doing YouTube for way longer, because he started when he was a kid, and Drew supposedly did, but you don't see any of those videos. But all right, let's keep going.
Where was Danny Gonzalez born? Okay, I feel like that's probably like a security question on my bank account or something. So I'm gonna give a vague answer. I was born in the suburbs of Chicago. I've lived there for most of my life. I grew up in Wheaton, Illinois. So I was born close to there with my mom in the room. Where does Danny Gonzalez stream? I don't really stream that much anymore, but when I did on Twitch. There's a couple things I didn't like about streaming. One of them was that I had to like read comments in real time from people. I feel like for YouTubers or anyone that's online, like reading comments is like the worst thing about like doing social media, because a lot of them are kind of mean. And having to read them in real time while people are watching you is like the worst thing ever. I don't stream that much anymore, that is why. But when I did, it was on Twitch. When did Danny Gonzalez get married? Another possible security question, but I will answer this one because it's public information. I got married on July 1st, 2017. The date is a palindrome, I think is the word, 7117. Pretty cool. A lot of people think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know how he feels. You know, him, and Drew both have very similar things they're answering in this too. Both of them don't have a podcast. They both tried but failed, and both of them streamed on Twitch but don't like it. And I think it's interesting. And I feel like they'd be really good if they did a podcast together. Like Danny said, he wanted to do a true crime podcast, but it was all weird and happy and funny stories instead of true crime that's like scary. And I was like, that would be an amazing segment on a podcast with both of them. It would be really good on one together. You could totally just call it "We Are Not the Same Person," and that would have been a great name, and it could have gotten a bajillion views. I don't know why they don't do it. I guess because they're busy with other stuff, and podcasts don't really make a lot of money. But I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I love Danny. It's interesting because he went to college in Georgia, but he's from Chicago, and that's really interesting. I wonder why didn't they ask him about that? Yes, he said real time instead as opposed to fake time, and I would say, that is true. Why do people say that? Why do people say in real time? I'm guessing they mean live, but it is true that what's the opposite of real time? Past time, I guess. Because real time means like in the now, so past time would be before. I want to see what future time is.
Did Danny Gonzalez, okay, we're on to past tense. Did Danny Gonzalez dye his hair? Did I? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think if I've ever dyed my hair. No, I didn't. I shaved my hair. I cut my hair. Did I dye my hair? No. Oh, maybe people ask that because I have like a gray streak in my hair. That's all natural, baby. My dad has it too, actually. He's got a little gray right here. Did Danny Gonzalez quit YouTube? No, I didn't quit YouTube. I do wonder why someone would ask that, though. I feel like you could just search my name on YouTube and like a recent video would come up. Unless it's like, did he quit YouTube in the past like day? You could probably get a better answer by just going to my YouTube channel. And I would probably post a video being like, I quit YouTube. So if you're ever curious about that again, just head on over to my YouTube channel. It's Danny Gonzalez and subscribe. Did Danny Gonzalez work on Lightyear? This is a double layered question, okay? Because now we're getting into, not only do I have a lot of lookalikes, Buzz Lightyear, but I also have several people that have the same name as me. There's a guy that works on every Marvel movie and a lot of like animated movies too, named Danny Gonzalez. So I'm in the credits for like every time a new Marvel movie comes out, I get a lot of tweets being like, you worked on the new Avengers movie, dude, that's sick. I did not, it's some guy. Or maybe I should just take credit for it. Maybe I should say, yeah, it was me. It was me. And then I'll have to change his name. Yeah, it was me. I worked on Lightyear. Super great experience. I actually was given the opportunity to model the character to look exactly like myself, so that was Did Danny Gonzalez ghost Kevin Jonas? I think so. I think I did. There's been some recent controversy about this because I made a song called I Ghosted Kevin Jonas. It's about this one time in 2015, I think, or 2016. I was doing Vine at the time, and Kevin Jonas like DM'd me out of nowhere and asked if I could do a favor for him. I DM'd him back. I was like, yeah, of course. He either has a music label or some kind of agency where he represents music artists. And one of his artists was working on a music video. They were trying to get a bunch of Viners to like lip sync to the same song, I guess. So he asked me to do that, and then I just didn't respond, I guess, ever. So this did happen. Okay, last one. This one just says Danny Gonzalez. Okay. They're just like making a declaration into Google. Danny Gonzalez, first video. There's like a lot of different answers to that question, because this could be like, what is the first video on my current YouTube channel? What is the first video I ever posted to YouTube? Or what is the first video that I ever made? And there's a different answer to each of them. The first video I ever posted on my current channel, I think it was just like a Vine compilation, because I was doing Vines at the time. The first video I ever posted on YouTube was in middle school, I think. I think I started my first YouTube channel in like 2006 with a group of my friends. We made a channel called Highlight Zone Productions. I think we only posted like 3 videos on that channel. The first video I ever made, I couldn't tell you. When I was probably like 5, my parents and my siblings used to make like a Christmas video every year, which explaining this to other people is really difficult because I guess other people didn't do this, but we would do like a little talent show that was like Christmas themed and film it. A lot of the like talents would be like doing magic tricks where we would have the camera filming and then we would stop filming and then I would like leave frame so it would look like I disappeared all of a sudden. Danny Gonzalez, I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus lyrics. So I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus is a music video that I made based on the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. The premise of that movie is that Tim Allen's character accidentally kills Santa, and then for some reason from that is entitled to become Santa. There's a clause that's like written in his jacket, I think, that says like, if you find this, then you're the new Santa now. And I've always thought that was kind of messed up, that if you kill Santa, you just get to become Santa. But then I thought about it and I was like, actually, this is kind of cool, and if I could get my hands on this guy and actually do it myself, this could actually be really awesome. So I wrote this song called I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus. Most of my videos are commentary videos, but this one that's just like a music video is my most viewed video on YouTube. I think that it just passed 20 million views.
It's a good song. I've heard it a bunch.
Danny Gonzalez, Cool for the Summer Vine. This was a Vine that had the song Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato. It was just joking about the lyrics, I guess. The lyrics are, don't tell your mother, kiss one another. 2 pretty playful, fun lyrics. And then the third one is die for each other. And I always thought that was like a pretty big leap to make. I mean, even the title Cool for the Summer implies like a pretty lightheartedness. And then the lyrics are just die for each other. I always thought that that was like a little bit strong. TikTok more or less fills the hole in my heart that Vine left. Danny Gonzalez, fan fiction.
Yes.
This is probably referring
They
to
mentioned
one
it
of
on the
my
other
other
one,
most
too.
popular videos. It is me reading a fan fiction of myself and Drew Gooden, who's another YouTuber. And the fan fiction is about both of us, and both of us are in the video reading it together. And it is a romantic fan fiction between us. It's like us and the Paul brothers. There's like some sort of love triangle going on between us. Somehow I think Drew gets pregnant, and then we get married at the end. I did read a fan fiction that
Spoilers.
said I had a 6-pack once, and I was very flattered by that. Danny Gonzalez, end song. For a long time, my videos had a song at the end called This Video Is Over Now. It's a video that I made myself, and honestly, it kind of slapped. So I put it at the end of every video just as like a fun little outro to my videos. I've since kind of stopped using it. I guess like YouTube really values like what percentage of a video people watch. And I found that a lot of people just like clicked off when I would play the outro songs. I don't know if it's had any impact, but I do kind of miss that song. It is on Spotify though, so you can find it. So there you go.
Yeah, I've thought about that
So
too.
I guess Drew Gooden did one of these too. I think that this video is gonna be a little bit more interesting than his video, because these questions were about me. His was great and it was funny and everything. It's just like, if his questions could have been about me also, I feel like that actually would have been sick. That would have been a lot funnier.
So yeah, they both got them made around the same time. I like them both. I think they're both great. But yeah, okay. So we have a couple options. I kind of want to watch this one first. So let's watch the We Are Not the Same Person. This was the announcement for their tour together.
What's up, Greg? There's a very special announcement at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to see it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time where I eat all my fingers and toes and cry for 3 years. Bye! Alright. Gosh, I love being a YouTuber. I get to just hang around all day making videos, making people laugh. It really is a pretty good gig. But my favorite part is that everyone sees me as a unique individual with my own style and sense of humor. Alright, well, Time to post this video. And post. Oh, a new comment. Let's see what it is. No, not again. No. Hey,
Yes, master.
I'm taking a trip. Pack my bags.
You don't own any bags, sir.
Fair enough. Then prepare my car.
Yes, master.
Now it's time to...
Wait, what do you mean prepare your car?
What?
Like, what preparing would it need? Why would it not already be ready to go?
Just like open the door? I don't know.
I'm on it.
Perfect. Florida, here I come.
Danny?
I have to show you something.
You could have just texted me.
You have a phone?
Yeah. You want to come in?
Do you have any juice?
Yeah, I could get you some juice.
Okay.
Okay.
Or, wait, do you want to move this light?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. The only juice we have is lemon juice, so I don't know if...
That's fine.
So what do you want to show me?
I don't know, I've been getting all these comments lately on my YouTube channel, and usually I try to ignore them, but there's just so many. Every time I post a new video, it's like, this guy looks exactly like Drew Gooden. Whoa. This guy talks exactly like Drew Gooden. Drew and Danny are the same person taking on a different persona to get double the sponsors. Their girlfriends are also the same person.
Well, that's not even true at all. She's my wife.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Holy shit, Danny, this is insane.
Yeah.
Cause I get these comments too, all the time.
You do?
Yeah, dude, look. Notifications on, now I'm truly Greg. Please give me a shout out, I am the truest Greg. Great video, Danny Gonzalez. Wow, Danny Gonzalez made a really good video this time. Still waiting for my Drew and Danny sex tape.
Well, that one doesn't really have anything to do with us being the same person, does it?
No, I just wanted you to hear it.
Actually, I don't even see that on your screen.
Well, that's because I deleted it, because I hate it. And I hate you!
Hey, easy.
Sorry, I'm just so frustrated. Everyone thinks we're the same person.
Yeah, just because we look the same
And sound the same,
and think the same
and talk the same,
and smell the same and act the same and are the same person, I mean not the same person, doesn't mean we're the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta do something about this.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but we gotta do something about this. And I got just the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Want to make a music video?
Yes, exactly.
Well, let's go shoot this bitch.
Wait, but Drew,
What?
can you move the light again?
Here we go. The greatest song ever.
I am Drew, I am Danny, and we are not the same person. We may have similar lives, we may have similar wives, but we are different
Picture is
nonetheless.
exactly the same.
And if you took the time to get to know us for a minute, you'd see that I'm Drew, and I am Danny. Yes, I am Drew, and I am Danny. My hair is brown, my hair is hazel. Look at our faces, look at our nasals. Why can't you see all the differences that I do? My eyes are baby blue, my eyes are a different shade of baby blue. People say our videos are similar just cause we both make videos about Lele Pons, Logan Paul, TikTok cringe, bad life hacks, Instagram comedians. People say we copy and agree a lot. I don't see it, yeah, me neither. Dreaming of a day that the commentary genre will be all mine. Mine, oh mine. And I'm dreaming of a day people won't think I am the road work guy from the road work vine. I am Drew, I am Danny, and we are not the same person. We may have similar lives, we may have similar wives, but we are different nonetheless. And if you took the time to get to know us for a minute, you'd see that I'm Drew, and I am Danny, and I am Danny, and I am Danny. Why does nobody talk about how hard it is to be a skinny white guy on the internet? Why are there so many white guys on the internet? Can someone get all these white guys off the internet except for me and me? People think I copy Danny's videos. people think I copy Drew's videos. Why can't you get we don't copy each other's videos? We copy Cody Crows. Dreaming of a day when I don't hear people say I'm a knockoff Drew, knockoff Drew. Dreaming of a day when you die in a fire and I get all your subscribers. I am Drew, I am Danny, and we are not the same person. We may have similar lives, we may have similar wives, but we are different nonetheless. And if you took the time to get to know us for a minute, you'd see that I'm Drew, I am Danny,
I am Groot.
Whoa, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Good.
Hey, cool jacket.
Cool jacket.
We both got cool jackets.
Yeah, we do.
We should do something with these cool jackets.
Oh, I got an idea.
Okay.
What if we wore these jackets every night for 6 weeks across the country?
Oh, and perform a live comedy show at different venues?
As long as we can wear the jackets.
That sounds good to me.
Let's do it.
Guys, we're going on tour.
Across the country, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Jackets and all.
It's gonna be me, Danny Gonzalez,
Me, Drew Gooden.
and special guest, Curtis Connor. Here's a special word from Curtis.
Hey guys, I am super excited to be going on tour with Dan.
That's enough, Curtis. We're going to these cities. These are the ones that we have announced already. So if you live near here and you want to come, get your tickets. If you don't live near one of these cities and you still want to come, don't worry. We're going to be announcing more cities as we figure out the logistics of the dates after these cities. But if you do live near one of these cities, make sure you get your tickets fast because these are theaters with a limited number of seats. So once they sell out, they can't have more people come in. We asked if people could sit on each other's laps, and they said no.
No, it's a fire hazard.
Damn.
Especially if the person sitting on your lap is on fire.
Drew and I have been working on this show for like 5 months now. We've been writing it, we've been filming bits that will go into the show, and it's evolved into something that I think we're both really proud of. We put a lot of work into this because we want it to be something that is really special to us.
I feel like it perfectly kind of captures like our sense of humor. It's the type of show we would want to see, and we wanted to make it something that if we saw a show, we would be impressed by like the production of it.
It's going to be a series of songs.
Like this one?
Like the one you just saw, that's actually the opener to the show. So
Kind
if
of
you,
sets up the premise of
if
the
you
show.
come see the show, you'll already know the words to one song.
Yeah, and you can sing along. We'll be singing along.
And so why not everyone else too?
Why not everyone else in the room?
Yeah.
The security guys are going to know the words. Will you?
There's going to be songs, there's going to be sketches, there's going to be little bits that we've already recorded that we've been working on all this time.
I think it's safe to say it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be lit is what I think.
I don't know if I think that.
Okay.
Or would say that, even if I did think that.
We're really excited because we've both never done anything like this before, and we're really excited to share with you guys. We also just did a video on Drew's channel where we also announced the tour, but there's funny stuff before that.
That has nothing to do with the tour and will make you not want to get to the end where the announcement takes place.
So go ahead and check out Drew's video on his channel as well and subscribe. That way you're subscribed to both of us.
Yes!
So if we post updates about the tour, you will get them twice.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for watching this video. If you're not already Greg, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'm sure this video of us announcing a tour has made you want to subscribe.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I dance in the middle of a very busy street and somehow miraculously keep narrowly avoiding getting hit by cars.
Impressive.
Bye.
This video is over now.
Good.
Go find something else to watch or just watch
Okay.
this video. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this end screen
It's
forever.
such a good end song.
This video is over now. So why are you still watching this? Do you not have anything?
Aw. Okay. So he has made a couple other songs as well, and by a couple I mean a ton. He does that at the end of most of his videos. He'll just like throw a random song about what he's talking about sometimes. You know what? This is a good one to watch. Here we go. Maybe I should play the original spooky songs though. Let's see where they at. So Spooky Man, there's like 3 of them. Come on, there we go. Spooky Man, Spooky Guy. Where is it? Every year he does one, and then he stopped. we go. I haven't watched the music videos in a while, actually. Oh, there is a playlist, isn't there? Yep, spooky season. Okay. Do. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's listen to them. They're great. I love them. I listen to them in the car all the time because they're great. Yeah. Okay. I haven't actually watched the video in many, many years.
Boo, bitch, you just got spooked. Hey, by a certified spooky ass dude. Hey, somebody let the monster loose in a graveyard sipping pumpkin juice. Wait, shh, do you hear that sound? Every October it's so profound. All these other dudes act spooky for a month, but a real
I just listened to it on
spooky all year
Spotify.
round. Plastic fangs on my teeth, sleeping in a coffin. Step up to my crib and all these decorations pop. I might go ooga booga booga boo. I might just spook you and your homies too. I might just cook up some Halloween food. I'm just so spooky and Greg is my crew. Yeah, hey, I'm a spooky boy. Hey, with some spooky hands. Hey, come up in your house and do a little spooky dance. Hey, I'm a spooky boy. Hey, with a spooky face. Hey, it don't matter, dog. I'll spook it any time or place. Chillin' with a skeleton, bitch, and a pumpkin on my head. If you try to spook me, you gon' end up dead. If you spook me again, you gon' end up undead. That's the life of a spooky boy. Better watch out if you see a full moon, bitch. Yeah, I've been spooky like a mummy in a tomb, bitch. I don't have a car cause I fly on a broomstick. Pull up to the club, skirt, vroom, vroom, witch. Got two girls with me in a hella thin. How thin are the other?
And I've heard this so many
That is not a
times.
joke about their weight, they are skeletons. Halloween music got us jiggling like gelatin. Got a couch covered in cobwebs. Got a whip covered in cobwebs. Got a dog covered in cobwebs. Spent way too much on cobwebs. Hey. Fake spooky dudes suck like Dracula. I don't give a damn if you a goblin, you can back it up. Ghouls get crazy while I blow this cash. If you tryna monster smash. Hey, I'm a spooky boy. Hey, with some spooky knees. Hey, I could teach you how to spook to for a spooky fee. Hey, I'm a spooky boy. Hey, with some spooky shoes. Hey, and before this song is over, you'll be spooky too. Chillin' with a skeleton, bitch, and a
Pumpkin on my head. You spook me, you gonna end up dead. I can't resist it. You gonna end up undead. That's the life of a spooky boy. I was like holding every cell in my body back, trying not to sing along, and you know, fuck it. I couldn't resist. I couldn't. Oh man, okay. So he did one a year. I forgot that there were 4. I thought there were 3. 2 of them kind of blurred together, I guess. His is my favorite.
Boo, bitch, Spooky Boy's back. Hey, with a brand new Spooky Boy track. Waited all year for a chance to attack. Aside from orange, I'm wearing all black. Not a treat, but I got some tricks. Not a gang member, but I live in crypts. Bright orbs in the background of all my pics. You can call me Drake, cause I'm from that
666.
Yeah. If you see me, you better run
outside, yeah. You're a big Jekyll, but you still couldn't hide, yeah.
spookier, then I'll eat some
Pumpkin pie and apple cider.
Hannibal Lecter. How
And
I
then eat the track alive, yeah. I'm a spooky guy.
I will never
Stop
stop
spooking till the day I die. Waited all year just so y'all would wanna see me.
Now all these fake
Spooky guys wanna be me. Such a good song.
I ain't sipping lean, nah, and I ain't popping Zans, yeah. Only popping I do is to spook you and your friends, yeah. Popping out a cat.
Anybody who makes any music, I'm incredibly inspired by.
Fake spooky boys do the most.
It's so hard.
New whip looking like a ghost. Ay, new boo looking like a ghost. Yeah, cause she died 3 years ago. Oh, that shit was really sad. Yeah, and it was all over the news. Spooked to death. And the only way I had to cope was a whole lot of booze. Spook you into a coma, then I'll spook
Spook your ass out.
My spooking is
Advanced, you
You're still
need
trying
to learn how.
I can teach you Dracula, these witches going down for the count.
Actually, you know what? Spooky Man is my favorite. I always mix them up.
Spook you every day, even if it's rude. I waited
Both.
all year just so y'all would wanna see me. Now all these
Fake spooky guys wanna be me.
I ain't sipping lean, nah, and I ain't popping Zans, yeah.
What a great idea for a song.
Is to spook you and your friends, yeah. Popping out a casket, then I do my spooky dance, yeah. I do it for the spook, give a fuck if it offends, yeah.
Actually, stopping doing the spooky songs kind of makes you want to watch them more. And the whole idea of a spooky song is like, oh, you listen to it every Halloween. Definitely. So then eventually you just keep remembering. But yeah, Spooky Man is my favorite, the last one. Yeah, I know, there's so many puns.
Make that ass shake like that ass is scared of me. All these other spooky dudes can't compare to me.
Oh, there's no captions on this one.
You know what I'ma be. Baby bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. Baby bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. Hoe for Halloween, hoe for Halloween. Baby bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. Hoe for Halloween, hoe for Halloween. Yo, happy Halloweeny, my shorts looking teeny, my big fat pumpkin pie gone trampolini. Her man wanna be me, she bad like a
Yeah,
bee.
it is.
I knew we'd get along 'cause she loved
It's pretty good, but it's, yeah, it's almost forgettable compared.
Get bounced out the way 'cause I'm too thick. Crush a bunch of smarties up, take 2 hits. Costume got me shining, hey, we're the Stanley Kubrick, bitch. Now make that ass shake like that ass is scared of me. All these other
This is one of those you listen to it in the car and it's great, but watching the video you're like, eh.
Baby bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween.
Baby bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. Hoe for Halloween, hoe for Halloween. Bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. It's one of those like you whisper to it when you're listening to it in the car.
Trick or treat and I'ma get the bag. Ayy, costume shopping, I'ma pop a tag. Ayy, half off when I make it crop top. Bitch, I'm sexy Freddy Krueger, I'm about to pop off. She got long legs, Jack Skellington. She want a bone like a skeleton. I'm like a Hershey's Kiss. I'm looking yummy in this bitch, and I stay wrapped up like a mummy in this bitch. Now make that ass shake like that ass is scared of me. All these other spooky dudes can't compare to me. October 3rd,
I feel like it goes a little too hard, you know? You know what I mean? Where you sing along, but you're not super like screaming out to the song. It's one of those like, oh, you join in for the chorus, but you're just kind of listening. For Hope for Halloween, like that. That cover is amazing, though. Okay. All right, the best one. Well, you don't do that? You don't listen to music in the car and just kind of sing along to the chorus, but that's about it? Not this song.
Boo, bitch, I just can't stop. Ay, putting out spooky boy bops. Witches and
Pumpkins.
I got that wop. Feeling like a gargoyle 'cause I'm sitting on top.
This one is so much more clever.
Yeah, now I'm even more gruesome. I've been working all year on some new spooky tactics, bitch, so you bet I'm gonna use them. Boo. Bitch, I look like Frankenstein on my bullshit. About to come alive, y'all looking like J-Station. Like, you don't wanna call me at 3 a.m. You don't wanna catch these fangs. Got these fake spooky dudes looking like zombies. The way they all wishing they could have my brain, bitch. All y'all been sleeping, I've been creeping every day. I feel like Drake, I keep my money in a grave. Got my spooky suit on and I bought a spooky cape, yeah. I'm a spooky dude and I just found my spooky grave. Crawl out of my tomb and then I'm spooking through the night, yeah. In the darkest alley, I'll be creeping up behind, yeah. I'ma do my spooky dance until the morning light comes. Spooking is my life, 'cause
I'm a spooky man.
Ay, yeah, I'm a spooky man, sound like a
God, it's so
superhero or a
good.
boogeyman. At your Halloween party just for the goodie bag. Haters like evil scientists 'cause they looking mad. Cackling like a witch in the woods. Bars king size like the rich neighborhoods. When I pull up to your house now I just say treat. I don't want to trick, man, it's just no good. Danny
Phantom in this bitch. That's my favorite line. It's the Danny Phantom in this.
wouldn't spook me if you tried. Dad's a vampire, mom's a witch. I've been
It's like lore now.
spooky dancing in my crib. Yeah, spooky baby boy. I'm gonna spook your ass no matter what you say. Coming down your street like it's a whole spooky parade. Got my spooky sweater on and my spooky beret. I'm a spooky dude and I just
This is the most, it's a regular song. You know what I mean? I'm a spooky man. That line is so good.
I'm a spooky man.
There's a ton of nostalgia for these songs. But it's so good.
I'm a spooky man.
The I'm a spooky man thing is so good. All right. Anyway, here's when he announced the distressing and terrible news.
Spooky October. So I mentioned this last year in a tweet, and
There we go.
what's up, Greg? I hope you're having a very spooky October. So I mentioned this last year in a tweet and also in the description of Spooky Man, but I know not everybody saw it, so I wanted to make this video filling you guys in. There will be no new spooky song this year, or ever again. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people look forward to them. I made Spooky Boy in, gosh, 2017, and at the time I thought it was just gonna be kind of a fun one-off song to spread a little bit of holiday cheer for my favorite holiday, and people enjoyed it. And to my surprise, the next year I started getting requests to do a sequel, which I was not expecting, because I don't know if songs usually get sequels, and maybe that should be more of a thing. Imagine Super Bass 2, Epic Bass. But anyway, I made a sequel for Spooky Boy, and then I made another one, and before I knew it, it was kind of like a little spooky tradition that every year I would make a spooky song. But I don't know if you've ever tried writing more than 4 songs about the exact same thing, but it's hard. And don't get me wrong, I'm still a spooky person, okay? I haven't abandoned the spook. But at this point, I kind of feel like I've just written the same song 3 times and then another time, but sexy. And I just kind of feel like I'm out of spooky bars. I'm out of clever Halloween puns. I'm out of catchy Halloween melodies. And trust me, I've experimented with a ton of different spooky song ideas, but just none of them hit the same. In fact, as a little goodbye to this yearly spooky tradition and the spooky saga as a whole, why don't I show you a few of my rejected spooky songs? Man, look at all these spooky songs. There's a lot of memories in here. And I really did try everything. I mean, look at Spooky Lad.
I'm actually a spooky lad. I've got a spooky mum, a spooky dad. I've got a spooky cup, a spooky tea. I'm dressed as a spooky queen for Halloween.
Man, that was a trip. Some of these I don't even remember. Spooky Goofball? What is that?
I'm a spooky goofball, spooking through the night. I'm a spooky goofball boy. Fuck with me, I'll give you quite a fright.
Yeah, I don't even know how that could have been a full song. Also, it didn't feel spooky, really. It just felt silly. Oh man, Spooky Girl? That was a special one.
My spooky world just don't.
Why didn't he just make an album and then be like, I'm done?
My spooky boo, and every Halloween I don't go looking for tricks and treats. Oh no, this Halloween I just need my spooky girl.
I guess that one doesn't really fit because that's talking about someone else. It's not even talking about me. I'm not the spooky girl. Now, Spooky DJ, on the other hand, that shit slapped.
It's a spooky party, yeah, and I'm a spooky DJ. I play the spookiest tracks. It's a spooky party, a spooky party.
The fact that he made all these and didn't even fucking put them out is insane.
Everybody's terrified.
So thank you guys for enjoying the spooky songs. I did really enjoy making them, and you know what? Even though I'm not making any more, you can still listen to the whole spooky saga. Those songs aren't going anywhere, and you know what? They're probably way better than any spooky song I could possibly make now because I'm all out of ideas. So go ahead and throw them into a playlist, listen to them all October long, and even after that too, because a real spooky boy is spooky all year round. And yeah, happy Halloween!
Yeah. That's great. So yeah, it is true. They did do that. So yeah, he did the spooky songs. That's probably his biggest thing that everybody knows about. Let's watch the best one ever. Right here. Here we go. Yeah, I know. He could have just taken those little small bits and put them in, like, just scheduled them to come out every year. But it's kind of respectable that he didn't, because he was, you know, he he didn't want to do it anymore. So he was like, I'm done. And he didn't want to half-ass it. I think the sexy one or whatever, the one he said that's the same thing but sexy, is where you can tell that he was running out of passion. That's why there's no captions, because he was probably rushed to put it out. It's not as good. Nobody really likes it. And then he did Spooky Man to be like, all right, this is the last one. And that's why Spooky Man is so good. I don't even know if he actually did make all those songs. I feel like those are all like fake. Like he just made a bunch of fake wave files, and then he did a couple of jokey ones that he had like ideas for, but it just didn't work. And he like finished each little one like a minute of each. Cause like I don't know if those could be full songs, you know. But I get it. Like creatively, it makes sense. He didn't want to be pigeonholed to do just one thing, and he probably didn't enjoy it as much anymore. That's happened to me with a bunch of different things. It's how making stuff works. You make one thing, you go, oh, I like that, and then you just stop doing it for a while. Maybe he'll come back to it and he'll actually do Spooky Senior, or he'll do like Spooky Dad if he ever has a kid. You know, maybe he will. Maybe he'll actually bring it back, because it'll get a ton of views if he did. And maybe that's part of the plan, is he's pulling an Unis Honest, and he's like, well, if you miss it, then you'll care about it more, and it'll be special. But I don't know. I'm sure he'll drop another one day. I don't expect it to be completely gone forever. It's kind of bullshit that Drew gets half the subscribers of Danny, but I think it's because Danny does music. Music is like so powerful. Yeah, Spooky Husband. There you go. Why didn't you do that? Spooky Girl was legitimately good. Like the Spooky DJ was good. Like those were all good. I would totally listen to those in an album if he just released like the 60-second version. Like those could be interludes in an album. Because some comedy albums, they'll have like 5-minute songs or whatever, and then they'll have like a 1-minute little joke clip in between songs to pad out the album. He could have done that. Yeah, Spooky Criminal. Like there's so many ideas. And that's the thing. I feel like he just doesn't have passion for it. It's not so much that there aren't enough ideas about spooky themed things for Halloween. I think he just doesn't want to be the spooky guy or the spooky man. He wants to move on and do other stuff. And you can even tell the genres were changing on them. And maybe he actually wants to do legitimate music, and maybe that's another reason, is he doesn't want to do comedy music the same way, or maybe he's sick of doing music. It's hard to tell. But some people forget that people are people, and like when you make stuff, it's a personal choice whether or not you want to keep making it. You're not really obligated to keep making it just because people like it. It actually takes a lot of strength to not make something again. And it's actually kind of desperate when you try to do the same thing over and over again and it doesn't work. But anyway, so we're about to watch the video that's been mentioned like 10 times, and then I want to watch some Drew Gooden stuff because we've been watching a lot of Danny and not a lot of Drew. So let's Drew it up right after. This is the last Danny video I'm gonna watch. It's been an hour. It means we gotta switch people. So let's do it.
What's up, Greg? I hope you're all having a great 2019. Welcome back to another episode of...
Oh, at the beginning of the stream, I listened to the dad one. My Dad is Rich. Which is maybe the original spooky song. It should be in the playlist, but it's not. It's very old.
What's up, Greg? I hope you're all having a great 2019. I know I am. How about you, Drew?
No.
Okay.
So I think it's safe to say that everyone knows by now we are both celibate.
Yes, both big virgins.
Big virgins, very celibate, despite both being married.
Yeah, despite both having wives, we're virgins for lives.
Virgins for lives, despite the wives.
Despite the fact that everybody on the internet knowing that we're both virgins, that doesn't stop people from imagining a world in which we're not.
We're not virgins.
I've been sent this fanfic a few times, and I think Drew has as well.
Yeah, a couple times.
It's called House of Gold, and it appears to be a fan fiction about Drew and I.
Which is crazy. I would never do the things that are written in this.
No, absolutely not. Drew disgusts me. He's an awful looking guy, and he's even worse on the inside.
I look awful on the inside.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's
Very
all
gross.
bloody and
There's
slimy.
like muscle mass. It's very gross to look at.
Is there though?
What'd you say?
Okay, so there's this fan fiction called House of Gold. It actually has 2.5 thousand reads, which is pretty surprising. A fan
Yeah.
fiction about us has a couple thousand views.
Apparently, this is about Danny moving in with his best friend and secret crush, Drew Gooden, that's me, after his GF died in Afghanistan, going to war, and then one night Drew gets drunk, and then find out.
Ooh.
Also, when it says after his GF died, I'm not sure if that means mine or yours. Also,
Oh.
we're both married.
And there are 9 parts to this. I'm curious to see how much of this is taken from reality, like, because right off the bat, it's wrong that we have girlfriends. And
And they
even
spoke-
more wrong that one of our significant others was in war in Afghanistan. Danny looked at the apartment where his best friend and crush of 3 years waited. He saw him in the window and waved at him as his heart started beating so fast.
No,
Hey,
too fast.
what?
Beating too fast.
Oh, why did I read that as so fast?
Because
Okay.
they spelled it wrong. Also, I like beating too fast. Like, it sounds like a medical emergency.
Oh, it's true. Hey. Oh.
Fuck!
The story just ends right there.
Yeah.
He collapses to the ground
Yeah.
and dies. Hey, silly, get in!
He said, and Hen gulped and pulled his luggage into the house.
Is Hen another character?
Yeah, there's like a hen in the corner, just one quick shot.
So Hen gulped and pulled your luggage into my house. Oh, Hen is like the butler of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
this is based on reality.
Oh, I forgot you have a hen butler.
Yeah. Drew hugged him. Should we reenact this as we go?
Yeah, if there's anything. Yeah, so Drew hugged him.
While you just like stand there trying to figure out why your heart's beating so fast. I've been so lonely since Amanda went missing in Afghanistan.
She went missing? I thought she died.
I guess she went missing and we assumed she died. What did she go rogue? I just like to imagine that Amanda, who would never go to war in the first place, but then while there, she like has her own side mission she feels she needs to accomplish while she's there.
That's so brace of her. She loved you.
Drew stared at him for a minute. All right.
No, I'm still having a heart attack.
It hasn't been a minute yet.
Let's get you settled in. And then he helped him into his room. It's a 1-bedroom place, so you'll have to share a room with me. He smiled at him.
It'll be like a sleepover.
Totally.
Then there was a knock at the door, and Danny followed Drew to the door, where they found a girl with long brown hair.
Run on
and
sentence,
big
dude.
purple
Jesus.
eyes waving. Her eyes were waving?
They're purple.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Hi? Said Drew.
Hi, she said, flipping her hair back, revealing her badass studded belt. Wait,
Her hair was in the way of her
Self-insert.
belt.
I'm picturing when she flips it back like this. If it's covering your
It's
belt,
so
she...
long. Her badass studded belt around her black jeans and black top that had sleeves to her middle arm.
Wait, what?
To her middle arm, her third of 3 arms. So
But
basically, purple eyes, everything else is black. She's kind of goth.
I'm your neighbor Jackie, she said happily.
I feel, okay, there's no consistency with her character already. Like, she's dressed
yeah.
to the brim of being very goth, and she's just like, I'm your neighbor!
Wait, and I already live here. It's not saying I'm moving. You're coming to live with me. And she's coming to
She
introduce
takes
herself.
And then we both shake her hand, I'm assuming at the same time.
So she's standing there like this.
And then the interaction ends. If you need anything, come on over, she said, and then left. She was nice.
Wait, so this interaction is...
Hi, I'm your neighbor, Jackie. If you need anything, let me know.
She was nice.
And pretty cute.
And Danny felt a pain in his heart.
As his heart attack continues, was Drew totally straight? He always wondered if he was bi because of how he flirted with him sometimes on Skype. We've interacted, we've hung out, but we never flirt in real life in this universe. There's never like sexual tension when we hug or
No, it's
whatever.
only
It's
on
only
Skype.
through Skype.
He didn't know if he would tell him he's gay and is in love with him. Then Drew gave him a sweet smile and he felt warm again. So this is the second part now.
Wow.
We're on to the second part. This part's called Heavy.
All right, Drew made a drink for him, and Danny sat at the couch. Not on it, at the couch.
Like, I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor in front of the couch.
Like, take that, couch. They turned on a movie and watched some funny TV shows. We turned on a movie, ignore it, then watched some funny TV shows, and drank all nights until it was 7 a.m. in the morning. Drew pointed at the rising sun.
Hey, Dan, look. Dan stumbled over and then tripped and fell right into my arm. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Suddenly they were starting in each other's eyes. Their faces started itching closer and closer when suddenly there was a knock at the door.
Oh!
Drew blushed and let go of the embrace and went to the door. Hello?
He asked as he opened the door. Then there were two guys in black ski masks, and they grabbed Drew and threw him down the apartment stairs.
Oh, no.
And they ran off. They kidnapped him!
Fuck!
Danny tried to run after the van, but couldn't run as fast as the car, obviously.
It's a car.
Yeah, although that would be a cool, different part of this story if
Yeah.
I was like an Olympic sprinter. And I caught up to the car, just grabbed onto the back bumper and stopped it. He called the cops and cried in the apartment. Then suddenly he got a message on YouTube that said, "If you want to see him alive again, make a video about 10 reasons why the Paul brothers are awesome and you're wrong." He gasped.
Wait, prediction. Is this person more of a fan of the Paul brothers and this is a fan fiction wherein we just admit that the Paul brothers are better than us?
This isn't a fan fiction where we fall in love. It's a fan fiction where like you get kidnapped and murdered and I have to make a video apologizing
Or
to the
you'll
Paul
get
brothers.
murdered too.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the next part. It just skips ahead in time. There was a knock at the door. Danny went over to it and gasped. Logan Paul!
Meanwhile, somewhere in coastal Rica, Drew had a bag on his head and he was punched hard. Let me go! I never got to tell Danny I love him!
Well, in that case...
Then he was shoved into a van and they started driving.
What?
Are they gonna take me back so I can tell you I love you?
They kidnapped you and took you to a different country. Punched you once, and you said, "But wait, I want to go back and tell him I love him."
Okay,
Fine. Danny made tea for Logan, and him and Logan looked at him sweetly.
Looked at who sweetly?
Me and Logan both looked at me sweetly.
Okay. I'm so sorry. The
Yeah.
Team 10 will help you find him.
I almost kissed him before he...
It's okay. They looked sweet at each other.
You look sweet.
You look sweet. I'm always here for you. Logan leaned in and kissed Danny lightly on the lips, and in a moment of desire and desperate, he pulled Logan close and kissed him harder. They started making out, and Logan got on Danny and started rubbing on him. They made out and wiggled around the couch until Danny broke away.
They made out and wiggled around the couch. I picture those as two separate activities. Like they made out,
Yeah.
and then they got on the couch and just sort of like,
wiggled around.
I can't.
Fanfictions are so insane.
Drew.
Oh, but he was a loser.
That's a question.
But he was a loser? Go Logan, go away.
Go Logan, go away.
Go Logan, go away. And he grunted and left mad. Danny went to his room to cry.
All right, part 4.
The door slowly opened and Drew limped into the apartment and fell on the floor. Danny, he said hoarsely.
No.
That's not horse like, ugh. That's horse like horse. So I say it as a horse would say it. Danny!
Drew, you're a horse.
Yeah, and then you ran to pick him up and help him stand. Drew grabbed him and hugged him tight, and sudden, his lips started touching his and they kissed. And they made out right there.
Right there?
Right there!
In the apartment?
Gross! When they stopped, they smiled at each other.
Be my boyfriend?
Yes.
What is that interaction? That's like, none of the dialogue in this is like natural. Be my boyfriend?
Yes.
But I have to tell you, Drew, before you came back, Logan was here. And we made out.
Logan Pale? He roared.
Roar, you have to roar it.
Logan Pale?
Logan Pale! I'm sorry. Drew started crying and ran down the stairs. Then Jackie looked Drew's way that he was running and then came in. Danny was crying and told her what was going on. So Jackie was just standing outside.
Just waiting. After the last interaction ended, she went outside and waited.
Yeah, she was like, let me know if you need anything.
And she's just outside the door. You should do something romantic to show your story and that he is your one and only.
You're right.
He wiped the tears off and Jackie grabbed a camera and started recording. Why? Danny looked solely into the camera with love in his eyes.
Hi, Gregs. Today I finally told Drew I love him like I said I would. Did I tell my YouTube audience that I was gonna tell Drew I love him?
I guess so.
Hey, I know there's like 1.8 million of you, but please nobody tell Drew.
Weird flex, but okay.
I'm gonna tell Drew I love him in my next video. Please no one spoil the surprise.
What did you say?
But before that, someone else came over and I kissed them. I love you, Drew, and it will never happen again. You are my light and joy, and I would be proud to be your husband.
Then Jackie whipped a tear. Whipped a tear.
whipped a tear from her face, and sniffled and turned off the camera.
This part's called The Story So Far.
Is this just like a recap of everything we read?
Warning, suicide and sex scene.
They gave it away!
What the fuck is gonna happen? Suicide and sex scene? Meanwhile, in Chicago, Drew was at a sushi restaurant.
I love
when someone
Chicago.
sat beside him. Drew Gooden? He said. He looked up. Jake Paul? He almost flinched. How do you almost flinch?
You only thought about it.
I thought about flinching.
So
Okay,
there's
there
nothing
it is.
physical. It's just like...
Exactly. Meanwhile, in my head, don't flinch, don't flinch.
Yeah, I heard you and Danny had a rough thing happen. Then he posted this. And he pulled out his phone and went to a video and opened it to let him watch. Danny was looking at the camera intense and started talking. Today, I finally told Drew it will never happen again. Never kiss him again. I am with someone else. And then there was a sniffled sound and someone was behind the camera? Danny started to cry silently, but tried to look
Oh,
together.
no.
I think someone
edited it.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of order.
to make it look like I'm saying something totally natural. Today, I finally told Drew it will never happen again. Never kiss him again. I am with someone else.
And I'm just like, this is so natural. This is how he talks
Yeah.
in real life.
He uploaded a 3-second long YouTube video.
As he does.
Let me buy you a drink. And Jake ordered sake, an Asian drink. They started drinking and talking and laughing and having a good time.
Maybe I was wrong about you, Jake.
Jake put his arm around him, confrontingly. Of course, baby.
They both drunkenly left the bar and stumbled to the hotel room Jake was staying in. Jake started kissing him and pushing him to the bed, and they made out there. Then they started doing it. But Drew didn't know about the camera. It was being live.
Oh my God.
Jake, that's
Jake's a freak.
illegal.
Damn. I like how whoever wrote this has such a way with words. Like, they
Yeah.
really know how to write romance. They stumbled back to the hotel and started doing it.
I love you, Jake, cried Drew on the stream. Danny and Jackie watched, shocked and dumbfounded as they watched. Jackie looked at Danny, then blacked at the video. First, I look at you, then I look black at the video.
How could he? Denny stroamed around the house.
Jackie tried to call him
Oh my
down.
God.
Danny! But Danny opened the window and jumped! Jackie screamed and called 011. Did they write this in like 30 seconds? Just
It's a bit.
no time to proofread, no time to edit. Wait, do you know what 011 is?
No.
All right, I'm calling 011.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Hello, my friend has just jumped off the balcony. Well, it looks like it's the next part now.
Drew woke up with a hangover and threw up.
Oh.
Then he heard his phone ring and he picked it up. It was Jackie yelling "I" to the phone. I, and calling him shit for what he did to Danny. What? Said Drew. He said he found someone else?
What? No, he didn't.
This is
I'm
a
sending you
nightmare.
the video he made for you. Then she hung up and he got the notification for it. He opened it and his lover spoke words of love right from the heart. He spun around and glared at Jake.
You liar! He screamed. Then he threw his phone at Jake and ran out. Meanwhile, in the suicide hospital,
Danny was sitting in a chair watching a TV show when a nurse said, "You have a guest." He expected Jackie again with some McDonald's or something, but instead, Drew.
he flinched. Okay, so
At least I flinched this time instead of gasping again.
or thinking about
He
flinching
couldn't
like
hold
I
back
did.
anymore.
What do you
He
want,
had to
traitor?
flinch.
He hissed
He
at
had to-
him.
Jake lied to me. He made me think you moved on, and I slept with him.
Are we even? Can we be together?
If you can forgive me.
I do. Forgive me?
Yes.
Then they embraced and
kissed.
kissed. Mm.
Danny pulled away and knelt down and pulled a box out. Thanks.
I was going to do this somewhere better, but will you marry me?
Drew cried happy tears and nodded.
And
then
they
they
made
made out again. Let's get you out of here, said Drew.
Oh, my bones are still broken.
I'm gonna rescue you from the hospital.
You like grab me and hold my bones like. Ah! Danny got out of bed where his fiance was sleeping and he went to the bathroom. Then he spotted something in the sink that he guessed Drew forgot. He picked it out of the sink and looked. It had 2 lines and was a pregnancy test. He busted out of the
Oh
bathroom.
my God, wait a second. Look at his face when he reads the line.
Drew forgot. He picked it out of the sink and looked.
Look at this right
It
here.
had 2 lines and was
It's the eyebrow, the single eyebrow of like, oh my God, what? I love this so much because like most fan fiction writers start when they're younger, usually like between like 10 and like 14. You know, you start writing about a bunch of stuff and you want to write, but you have all these feelings about people online or people in stories or video games or whatever. So you write all these like slash fictions where you're just like, oh, I love them so much, and you're just like on a phone typing with your thumbs really fast. And the fact that they didn't proofread it, that they just like typed it on their phone and were like, yeah, and they just hit send. They didn't think about it. That takes like so much guts. Like you have to be so confident to just be like and then just put that on the internet. Just type. All right, cool. Oh, they get pregnant and then Jake Paul and Logan Paul, oh, they're coming after him. And then just it's so amazing. I love fan fiction so much because it's just the idea of like someone so dedicated to any sort of person, and they want to write but they don't know how to yet. They haven't practiced enough. And it's just the pure passion of just being willing to put it out there anyway. I know it's anonymous, but like a lot of writers start out in fan fiction because it is like the purest form of writing because it's just like straight from the heart. There's no proofreading, there's no thinking, there's no training. So it's just like you can find the beginning of writers' lives. And a lot of them go on to be real writers one day. One of the best writers ever, Neil Gaiman, said that he started off by writing fan fiction. It's actually a really common thing. Like Twilight was a fanfic that got rewritten, or no, not Twilight. 50 Shades of Grey was a fanfic of Twilight that got rewritten, and it's just fan fiction is amazing. I've always been a big fan of it. I'm a fan fiction fan. But yeah, all right. Pregnancy test. Look at his face though. It's so insane. Because this is the first time they're reading it, so it's just like, oh my god.
A pregnancy test? He busted out of the bathroom. Drew, he said, and Drew sleepily got up and then gawked at what was in his hand.
Wait.
Gawked, dude. What is this? Are you?
Wait, what the fuck is happening? He looked down ashamed. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow to check. Please, go with me. What is this, like the next day? We had sex for the first time last night. Now I'm pregnant. I woke up in the middle of the night to take a pregnancy test like an hour after we had sex. And it
You already had the pregnancy
I already had the
test?
results, and I've already scheduled a doctor's appointment. I'm ashamed, but didn't bother to hide the pregnancy test. I put it in the sink. Not even the garbage can, in the... Oh no! I'm conking out. They waited in the office of the doctor office.
The doctor's so important that his office has his own office.
Another office. They went in, and the doctor came into the checkup room they were in. Are you his husband? Said the doctor. Danny nodded. Well, Mr. Gooden, you are pregnant. And Mr. Gonzalez isn't the father.
Oh no.
What? How can they tell? Wait, okay, so it's been 2 days. A pregnancy test can't even tell for like 2 weeks, right? And then you can't even do a paternity test until the kid is born. They both drop their jaws. To be continue. I love that it says to be continue in the middle of the story. Imagine if you were reading a book and every chapter ended to be continued. Every page ended to be
continue. White Wedding Part 1.
It was a hot July day, and the concert hall was decked in white everywhere. Drew and Danny invited their fans for free to see their wedding.
Normally you charge money to go to a wedding.
Yeah, $10 a pop, come on.
But since you're our fans, we'll let you come for free.
But so many wanted to come that they had to get a concert hall. There was a preacher and a pretty white arch and music playing and food outside.
In the room with Drew, he was putting on his white suit and brushing his hair. He got a knock at the door and someone popped in. It was Ethan and Hila Klein.
The door didn't open. The popping is like them teleporting into the room. H3!
He said, and they went over to hug him.
I'm so excited for you, said Hula.
Thanks. Ethan, will you walk me down the aisle?
Of course, buddy. And he out his arm.
And then he looked it.
And they walked slowly out.
They stood at the start of the red carpet that went to the arch, and Drew laughed, nervous. And Ethan pat his arm. This fucking story. Did a baby write this story? Not only did they not know like what words are or when to use what words, but I feel like they've never seen humans interact. And they started walking as the wedding song started playing. The fans went crazy and clapped, and they stopped at the preacher and stood by him and waited.
They looked at the entrance and waited for Danny. First, Jackie came out to be the bridesmaid, and Jenna Marbles did too.
Oh, Jenna's here.
Oh, that's so nice of Jenna to come.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Then PewDiePie came out with Danny on his arm. They both smiled and Danny blushed.
Wearing his baby blue tux.
Drew started crying because he loved him so much.
Thank you for explaining.
Yeah, thanks for finally explaining why I would be crying at my own wedding. Danny stood across him, and they looked at each other with misty eyes. The press smiled at them both and started talking.
Drew Gooden, do you take Danny Gonzalez to be your husband, to hold and love forever as long as you both live? Drew nodded.
Yes, I do.
And Danny Gonzalez, do you take Drew Gooden to be your husband, to love and cherish as long as you live?
Why did you get a different question?
Gonna
I have
love
to hold you forever.
And I have to cherish you forever. I do, said Danny.
If anyone thinks these two should not be married, speak now. And the room got quiet and nobody breathed. Then someone stood up from the crowd and jumped on stage. It was Logan!
Dun, dun,
Paul,
dun.
Danny said. Yes! I don't think they should get married. He's carrying my baby! He shouted and the whole room gasped.
Oh wait,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. I thought I was pregnant. I'm pregnant with Jake's baby. Are you also pregnant with Logan's baby? Did I also have sex with Logan?
I guess he must be talking to me, but I don't know why he would know that I'm pregnant. Drew started crying and wished he was somewhere else.
I was somewhere else!
Then Ethan started going into Logan and push him away from the stage.
He takes control of his body and starts pushing himself away.
Logan's like, get out of me! What's going on?
Ethan, I didn't know you could do that. Then suddenly fights started breaking out with all the fans, and Drew and Danny ran away, and the others escorted them. They all got to the limo and drove off fast. To be continued.
Danny, Drew, come out here.
Ethan and Hila and Jenna and Jackie and PewDiePie were outside the cabin they were staying in till everything blew over. Danny looked out the window and gasped.
Of course.
Of course, you're gasping.
I'm useless. That's my response anytime anything surprising happens.
Just crippling shock. Outside was a big Talizzy, a big Tesla? Tellus? With roses and
I think they're
lots
trying
of
to say
food on a
trellis.
table, and music started playing. There was balloons and everyone was wearing dressed up. No way! Who's saying no way? Or is the author saying no way?
The author is so surprised by what she's about to write. Everyone was wearing dressed up and no way! They went outside. She's like amazed at her own ideas.
Yeah. What is this? They both asked, blushing. They felt bad about what happened, so we made you a nice private wedding with just us, said Jackie with a big smile.
They all hugged, and Ethan said, I can marry you. I do Jewish weddings, but it can still count for you.
Then Danny put out his hand, and Drew took it. Thanks.
Shall we?
Shall we? He nodded and took his hand. Again.
Wait.
Other hand. He led him to the roses, blop, 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 and Ethan stood in between them. So imagine Ethan Klein right there.
Right here.
Now, Drew Gooden, do you take Danny Gonzalez to be your husband? Will you love and cherish him in sickness and health? I do, he said softly.
And Danny Gonzalez, do you take Drew Gooden to be your lovely husband through poor and riches for as long as you both live?
Yes, I do, said Drew back.
Wait, what?
So I said it both times.
Yeah, you said,
I said I do twice.
you said I do for mine. Now, Drew, do you take Danny to be your husband?
I do.
And Danny, do you take Drew?
I do.
First, Drew.
Yes, babe?
I want you to know I want to adopt the baby. Drew had happy tears in his eyes. And Ethan said, I now pronounce you man and husband.
And then they fell into a kiss.
Whoa! Our faces like smack like that, and we're both like leaning against each other, like.
And that's the end.
So I don't know. What did you think of the story?
Bad.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of sweet.
You liked the story about us falling in love, cheating on each other, getting pregnant, and then marrying each other?
In a way, I feel like it kind of just works.
No, I don't think so at all.
All right, guy, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you check out Drew's channel. It'll be linked in the description.
It better be.
Also, there is a link in the description for a survey that we want you all to fill out. It's titled Danny and Drew 2019 Tour Survey. There's No particular reason that it's called that. It's just sort of a random name. And please don't ask why we need you to fill out the survey.
Yeah, the words don't really mean anything, but if you guys could fill that out for us, but only do it once, and if that's something you wanted to see in a universe where we do hypothetically go on tour or whatever sometime this summer, then maybe fill that out and let us know where you want us to go, and then we'll go there.
We will. We promise. Every single place
we can't promise
that you put in the survey.
That's definitely not true.
We will go. We are actually legally obligated by the terms
That's,
of the survey
please don't
to go
say that. Don't
every
do that.
single
People
place.
are going to get their hopes up when they tell us to go to the moon.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to join Greg. We're the fastest growing army on the internet.
Don't look that up.
Please, for the love of God, don't look that up. It could end my career.
And it will end mine.
Thank you to Anna for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time where Drew kicks me in the knees so hard that he breaks them. Bye.
Okay. So. Fascinating stuff. So yeah, they've made stuff together forever, the two of them. And I think I've showed the differences overall. But we haven't really watched what they're doing now. Their latest videos are kind of long, so I'm trying to find something that is like the quintessential video for each of them, and I feel like that's the best we got. I'm looking through it. I'm like, something shorter that really shows off who they are. Man, their videos are long. They're really good at making that 20-minute length video. I always felt like a video longer than like 10 minutes always feels so long. Trying to figure out what is a good video to start with this. There are so many of these. Like, look at how many videos. I guess we could go and watch in order some of the older stuff. Because older videos are usually shorter, because YouTube didn't add the time thing. Huh. I never realized this. He made videos on YouTube way before he came into after Vine. I guess they both have been around forever. Huh. Yeah, I remember. So I remember watching him when he first sort of blew up, and going back and watching all of his older stuff and seeing the journey he took from being a Viner and then losing everything and then slowly come back. Both of them had compilations as like the beginning of their channel. You know what? Let's check this video out. It's very old, but it's probably very good.
My name's Mr. Banana because I have a banana. Dude, Vine is so easy. People are gonna eat this shit up. I would describe my comedy as simple and easy to do. Vine has been perfect for me. I work 1 hour a week. I make about $100 a month from collab. So I guess you could say I've kind of turned it into a career. Oh, actually, I only made $63 this month. So that number's gradually been going down. But actually, I don't know why I said but. That was the end of the sentence. My name's Mr. Xbox because I have an Xbox. Everyone loves sequels. My girlfriend's been trying to get me to expand my videos to, YouTube, Instagram, and bless her heart. She works 3 jobs, she pays all the bills or whatever, but I just don't think she understands how social media works. What's the expression? You have to put all your eggs in one basket, because if you put some of your eggs in other baskets, then you might not be able to find your eggs, and then you won't have as many eggs. A lot of people ask me how I come up with my vines, but for me it's really simple. I can pick up like this watch and be like, hey, my name's Mr. Watch because oh, actually, that's really funny. Hand me my phone.
Your phone's already in your hand.
I didn't hire you to correct me. Now hand me my f***ing phone. Can I tell you a secret? I don't know if Amanda is like all there mentally, like
I mean, obviously she's beautiful to look at, and nice body, you know. But I just wonder, like, what I picture, like, for me, like, there's two brain pieces, right? And they should be connecting, but they're not connecting. They're like on other sides of her brain altogether. It doesn't make sense that she could just be so. I hate to say dumb, but sometimes I'm just happy I have Vine. You know, as an artist, the worst feeling in the world is feeling like no one's paying attention to you, because art is all about being liked and getting compliments. So Vine's been great. I have a pretty big following of people who seem to be about 50-50 on whether they like me or not, so I feel blessed.
What would you do if Vine, I don't know, just got shut down?
I don't know. That...
I'm just saying, like, trends tend to end.
No, I heard what you said. I just think that's a pretty stupid question. Do you know what Vine is?
Yeah.
6-second looping videos. The world needs that. It's not going anywhere. This isn't MySpace. This isn't Facebook. Well, actually, Facebook's doing really well. That's a terrible example. I can't believe, like, Vine. It's Vine. Vine isn't going... Vine isn't going anywhere. I just drew a picture of you. Mark my words. Vine is gonna be around forever.
I've been homeless for about 3 months now. When Vine announced they were shutting down, my girlfriend just kicked me out. She didn't even hesitate. But I guess that just goes to show you some people are just in it for the money, you know? But, oh, that reminds me. I need to ask her if she's still paying for my car insurance.
So I see you got a little sign
Oh, yeah.
over
right?
there?
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. I made it myself, you can tell.
Oh, why didn't you just put your username on the sign?
Huh?
On the sign?
My
Like, no one's gonna want to roll their window down. I just feel like you could reach more people because they'll be walking by and see the sign with your username on it.
Yeah, no.
And then they could just possibly forget your username.
Shut up. I know, you're right. The best part about being homeless is that you can smell as bad as you want, whenever you want, and no one expects any differently from you. The worst part is probably the debilitating starvation constantly. So, it's mostly bad. Almost ready.
So wait, you don't have any money whatsoever? Wait, how are you gonna pay for this?
Well,
Okay, well, I'm going home.
Hey, no, come on, man, please.
I'm not gonna do it.
Look,
if you're not gonna be able to pay me, I'm not gonna waste
I
my
will,
fucking time.
I promise. It's just I don't have money right now, but like, Instagram will pick up, and I'll have some money for you.
No, I can't. If you're not gonna be able to give me anything, I'm not gonna do it.
Fine, I'll give you your first kiss.
Do you think I've never kissed anyone before? I'm married.
when I started this documentary, it was pretty much just to brag about how easy my life was. But now I guess I look kind of pathetic.
Damn.
Hold on, I'm the one making this documentary. I don't want to look like a loser. We could just edit. I have an idea.
My name's Drew Gooden. I'm 23 years old, and I'm homeless by choice.
You are the reason that I breathe. You are the reason that I still believe. You are my destiny. J-ho. Oh.
Greatness.
I just drew a picture of you.
Where are my glasses? And my hair, no.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Masterpiece. I like that he was just like out the gate. He was like, all right, we're going to do a sketch about how it's over. So yeah, he experimented. He did a bunch of different stuff. They're all very good. We'll watch another short one. But eventually he ended up landing on his feet and finding what worked. But most YouTubers, when they start out, especially if they already did other stuff, try to figure out some kind of concept by just doing a bunch of different stuff until something works.
Man, this video's really funny. But 800 views?
Damn.
That's just not good enough. This isn't working. I'm making great videos, but no one's watching them. If only there was a way to become popular YouTuber very quick. Maybe I should just give up. No, there has to be a solution. Apparently this girl is trading her sex tape for subscribers, and it's working. Is that something I could do? No, that's out of the question. I'll never stoop to her level. Besides, I'm a virgin. Wait a minute. Why am I contorting my face so much just to have specific thoughts? That's not how brains work. You don't need to make a facial expression that matches your... I'm getting distracted. Why don't I see what's trending? Oh, smash or pass. What does that mean? They would pass him? I'm so confused. Oh no, that poor girl, she's gonna get smashed and she has no idea. I don't know. This doesn't really seem like something I do. Wait, how many views does it? Okay, alright, I'll do it. Hey guys, welcome to the beginning of the video. So I was doing some research this morning and I happened upon this genre of YouTube videos called Smash or Pass. Now, I watched like 12 of them, but I'm still not entirely sure how it works. Basically, it's this game where you decide whether you'd smash something or pass something. There's a bunch of different versions. There's YouTubers, celebrities, and it seems like a crazy fun thing, and I wanted to do it myself. My only problem with these videos is that they all get very sexual very quickly, and that's not really my brand. Not that I haven't had sex, because I definitely have, and it feels good. But anyway, I wanted to do one myself that isn't so, gross or 18 and up. So I decided to make my own version of the game, Smash or Pass Family Edition. That, of course, means that you could watch this with your family. It's very PG. I simply couldn't think of a better title and one that can't be misconstrued in any other way. I went ahead and compiled a list of a few things that I'd either smash or pass, depending on which one that I want to do, because it's my choice. That's how the game works. So let's get started. The first thing I'm either gonna smash or pass is a Spalding professional grade NBA basketball. At first I was very tempted to smash this ball because it sounds very fun to smash something like that. But then I thought about it. Hey, if I'm using a professional grade basketball, I'm probably in the NBA. And if I'm playing in the NBA, there's a 100% chance that I'm the worst player on the court. So if I had one of these things in my hand, you better believe I would be passing it to one of my teammates. So that one's easy. Pass. Number 2. This one's a little weird, but my kitchen window. And at first I was thinking like, why would I smash my kitchen window? Under what circumstance would I need to break my window? And then I realized that actually I would under certain conditions. Let's say I'm cooking a pot roast in my crock pot, and then the crock pot just catches on fire. Oops, I must have put something flammable in there. I freak out. I grab the crock pot and I throw it at my front door thinking that that will extinguish it. But it doesn't extinguish it. In fact, now my door is on fire too.
Yes, I could see this happening.
Now I'm trapped in my apartment. I live in an apartment. There's no back door. What am I going to do? And then I realized, should smash my window. So this one's a definite smash for me, with conditions. Number 3, a glass bottle of Heinz ketchup. I went back and forth on this one and I just couldn't make up my mind. So this one's a 50-50, maybe smash, maybe pass. It really just depends on what I'm doing. Am I filming some kind of funny video where I break a ketchup bottle over my head? In this case, I would smash. Am I sitting at a dinner table with my family and my sister says, "Hey Drew, can you pass me the ketchup?" In this case, I would pass. I just couldn't decide on one answer. I'm sorry, guys. All right, and the fourth thing. Not again. Let me turn the brightness up. Sorry guys, this has been happening a lot lately. I think I just blacked out for like 6 hours. Anyway, sorry about that, things got a little weird. I'm gonna cut this video short though because I think I need to go to a neurologist. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun today. I think this was a really good video. What was your favorite part of the video?
It's great.
Forgot, you guys can't. I can't hear you.
Okay. Yes. So, the first video where he finally got his footing was reacting to his old vines, I think.
This shirt says "do it for the vine," but when I sit like this, it looks like it just says "do it," which by itself just seems very aggressive. I'm sorry. Hey little stinkers, welcome back to the first and only channel on YouTube. I know what you're thinking. 2 videos in 1 week? Who's this guy and what did he do with Drew? But rest assured, this is me. So today I'm gonna be reacting to my old vines. This is something I thought of all on my own, and I've never seen anyone else do before, so I'm excited to be the first. Just kidding, obviously. Literally every Viner turned YouTuber has done one of these at some point, and for a good reason. They get hella views. I've actually wanted to do this for a while, but I was waiting for the right time. And the reason this is the right time is because I recently hit a very important and specific milestone that is special to me. 407,000 subscribers. That probably sounded like a joke, but it's not. 407,000 is the number of Vine followers I had when Vine closed down. No matter what, I'm always gonna owe my start to Vine. But to get to this point now where I can definitively and quantifiably say, I can point to a number that shows I took what I had on Vine and improved on it and moved to a platform that I think I'm better at and that showcases my comedic sensibilities in a more complete way. And then also, I've turned it into a career. It's just surreal, it really is. So in honor of this milestone, I'm gonna be watching whatever nonsense I made when I was 21 while acting like I'm somehow better than that, even though I'm the exact same person now. So let's just jump into it. All right, Drew Gooden Vine compilation. I don't wanna just watch my own because I don't include some of the ones that I don't think are as good. I'd rather watch
Yeah, I
one
just
that's
realized
like
I'm
all my
reacting to
Vines
him
from
reacting
start
to
finish.
himself.
So
I
I'll
feel
do
like I
this
shouldn't
one,
watch
best Vine videos. Oh my God, we're like 5 seconds in and it's already full on cringe. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, Peyton McCole, if you're watching this, you are a butthead and you don't know how to swim.
Peyton was such a bitch. I mean, sometimes you gotta put people in their place, and if you knew Peyton, you'd understand. Holy shit, she was the worst.
I know how to swim, and I'm not obnoxious, and at least I've had a boyfriend, because you're so stupid.
Oh, this is so cringe. This is so cringe. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I was thinking when I made most of these.
Country boy, I love you.
He's not reacting to his. Oh my
People used
God.
to make fun of me for this all the time, and I didn't appreciate that, okay? I was just a kid back then. What did I know? All right, I thought I could sing, I thought I looked cool, and I loved that country boy.
Dominic Sarah is hot and sexy. He's number 3, and he kissed me on the lips.
Dude, I was so boy crazy back then. It's hard to, like, this was obviously before I met Amanda. I met Amanda through Vine, but then to, like, see how different I am now, see how much I've matured, how much I've changed, like, I don't have any of these clothes anymore. I don't know whose mom that is. I don't think that's my dog. Wait, who's that dog? Whose fucking dog is this? What the hell? This isn't me. Okay, so I figured out what happened yesterday. That wasn't me. It was a little girl. Yeah, I was watching all those finds and I was like, I don't remember making any of these, but I didn't want to look like an idiot, so I just went along with it. But I guess I really look like an idiot now. I'll probably just...
All right. We have to move on to a newer one. We don't have much time left.
Man, this video's really...
Okay, newer videos. So, he made a lot of random stuff trying to figure out what worked and what didn't. And over time, you know, he had a lot of different things happen. He made, you know, basically videos reacting to things. Like lifestyle, like he would talk about like trends and people and movies and ads and just anything that he thought was interesting to riff on. But lately he's been doing kind of the same thing, really. He hasn't really changed much. He's been calling out a lot of things lately. Okay. We have time for one more video. I'm just trying to figure out. All right, I think this series, the series where he reacts to things that he bought online, is pretty good, but all right, there's one where his wife takes over. We should probably watch that one. You know, I'm not trying to watch every video someone ever made, or like take people's content. I'm just trying to show off creators and sort of the journey of their channel and their life. And I guess this is a good one.
Hey guy, welcome back to the spring break no one asked for that's probably gonna last all summer. So I'm sure at this point most of you are familiar with my wife Amanda, who appears on this channel from time to time.
I'm an adult.
Every time she shows up, I get comments like, please put Amanda in more videos. Give your channel to Amanda. Wait, I thought she died in Afghanistan. And let me just say, I hear you. Everybody out there who wants more Amanda in their life, I totally understand, and today is your lucky day because Amanda and I are in quarantine. So normally I work from home, obviously. I sit on this chair all day long. I've never left this chair. But 5 days a week, Amanda goes somewhere, I assume to a job. She's never told me. She just leaves for 8 hours a day. But now, because of things beyond our control, she is not going to work. And she is here in a chair just like me.
And now that I have a lot of free time, I can do my favorite thing, play Neopets. And there's a lot to do on Neopets.
So I've heard.
You may think that there's not a lot to do.
I do think that.
But there is.
Okay.
Gambling, betting.
There's a whole stock exchange, right? You can
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
I
like...
have stock. There's a stock market. There's a whole economy.
I was wrong. That does sound like fun. Amanda's been playing Neopets her whole life, and I have never really played Neopets. I played RuneScape growing up. Those are our two things where I explain RuneScape to her, it goes right over her head. She explains Neopets to me, it goes in one ear and out the same ear. Because it does a U-turn back out the same ear. It doesn't matter how many times she explains how it works, I always forget, and it's not because I'm not listening, but it is because I'm not listening.
And RuneScape, I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
Tell me one thing about it. Oh, she's really trying. So for today's video, here's the game plan. First, I want her to explain to me and to you guys what Neopets is, how it works, why she still plays it, why it's a great thing to do to get your mind off things. But we also are going to try some other quarantine activities. We're going to revisit some of the life hacks that we tried in our last video together. And who knows, maybe we'll get our dumbass cat involved because she seems to want to be in this video.
So first thing you gotta do is type in Neopets. I've had my account since December 30th, 2003.
So you were 9 when you started. And how old are you now?
25.
And you still love it?
Yes.
When you first log in the morning to Neopets, what's the first thing you do?
Okay, so the first thing I do is I go to another website called Jelly Neo.
All right, so we're already getting off of Neopets to start.
So what I do every day is there's your dailies, check my stocks.
And stocks are up right now, you said?
Some of them are. I've invested 1 million Neopoints.
Wow.
And I've made 77,000 Neopoints. There's no rhyme or reason to why things are the way they are. Another really fun thing that I still don't know how to do it, there's gambling, so food club. So you bet on these pirates, I guess. I don't know how it works, I just copy somebody's. I've won like 10 million Neopoints.
Damn, it feels good to be a gang.
So the goal of Neopets is just to acquire as many Neopoints as possible?
Well, see, that's the magic of it. You make your own goal. You can do whatever you want. If you want to make as many Neopoints as you want, you can make them. If you want to have the best pets, you can do that. If you want to collect the most things, you can do that. If you want to play the most games, you can have any goal you want.
You mentioned games.
Oh, yeah.
Show me some of the games. Because I've seen over your shoulder you play some of these, and I gotta say, they're pretty riveting.
So this is my favorite game. It's called Fashion Fever. It's really fun. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Send my score.
You're right, this is fun.
So when you play a game, you can send your score 3 times. And what that means is that when you send the score, you get the Neopoints. I'd say like 1 million Neopoints is like, it's a lot. I was very poor and a dumb kid. You can zap your pet. You can change their gender. You can change their species. You can change...
Masterpiece.
A show called Avatar and then the movie called Avatar. The main aspect of Neopets are the Neopets. There's 55 Neopets to choose from. You can battle your pets. It's like, I can do this with my eyes closed.
Do it with your eyes closed. Oh wow, you weren't kidding. Victory.
They opened up the NC Mall, which is the Neocash Mall. So this is real money. I have spent real money on Neopets before. I mean, there's contests you can do. You can send a Neo greeting. That's pretty cool, right? Croc Island, Mystery Island, Maraqua, Meridel, Brightvale.
This is insane.
can also have pets.
And your pets can have pets.
And then there's the Neo boards where you can talk to people. There's
Mhm.
news every week.
Mhm.
A slorg wriggles by. They got slot machines. You can just kind of sit here and play some slots. So, I mean, this has just everything you could want in a game. Yeah, there's so much to do.
That's awesome.
Any questions?
No, I think I'm ready to take my pop quiz.
Okay, so from what I understand, Neopets is a game.
Yep.
For kids.
For kids, okay. See that, now I understand. Okay, so maybe we changed our clothes and waited 2 days to film this part. So last time we were sitting in this table, in this spot, we were reacting to some of the internet's most helpful relationship life hacks. But there was one really important one that I actually saw and was the reason I wanted to make that video. And then when we went to record it, I totally forgot about it.
Forgot about it.
They're fighting over that
They're
bowl.
eating like French fries, I guess. But the problem is,
He won't share with her?
which like, if your boyfriend won't even share a snack with you, I think you have deeper
Yeah,
problems.
that's-
Let's see what she goes and does in the kitchen while her boyfriend's just on the couch like, babe, you coming back?
At least this one doesn't have any hot glue.
Yeah, that's why I specifically chose this one. Actually, the one that comes after this is basically the same thing, but with a spoon. But you just make a spoon out of hot glue. We're not doing
We're
that.
not doing that.
My burn turned into a scar. It took like 2 weeks to heal.
I don't even remember where mine was.
Yeah, yours wasn't that bad. Sorry to belittle your problems, but mine was way worse. It was like almost down to my bone, and now I'm gonna have this scar for the rest of my life. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you're gonna make a bowl out of tape. Fine. Wait, what? You're ironing it?
You're not using a hot glue gun, so you have to use something hot.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, life hacks
It's
aren't
not-
life hacks if you don't have the potential to burn yourself while making it. Oh, and it looks great.
I switched bowls because I didn't want to ruin my good bowl.
She uses that for popcorn every day. That's not an exaggeration. All right, so the ingredients for this one are bowl, tape,
cling wrap,
which has been just collecting dust in our pantry. We don't really use this.
True love.
We're really bonding again. Can we settle this? Cling wrap, saran wrap, that shit sucks. All right, there's a reason this was collecting dust. It doesn't stick, it doesn't work, it never does what it's supposed to do.
Well, the bowl's too tall.
And the bowl's too tall, which is the saran wrap's fault. We're not even to the hard part yet.
The best bowl
This
ever.
is gonna be a really good bowl.
Okay.
And that took way longer than it should have.
Mm-hmm. Pure art.
Well, I wouldn't say it looks good, but I will say that it does look like we put saran wrap on a bowl. So that's where we're supposed to be at. Hey, honey. How does iron work?
You plug it in.
Oh, okay.
This ASMR.
Is this ASMR, guys?
Is this ASMR?
Oh.
It's on.
Oh, it's working now.
It wasn't like burning hot, it just scared me.
Me too. When I thought you were in trouble, I almost jumped in front of the table to protect you.
What am I supposed to do? It doesn't say how long or how hot or why.
Or why?
Why am I doing this?
Why are we heating it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I
Shouldn't
understand.
it already be? It's tape.
It's tape. You don't need to activate tape by heating it up.
Unless they know something I don't know.
Magic.
This looks good. It seems like it will work good, but the ultimate test is going to be the popcorn test. So now the ultimate test, first pour some in a regular boring bowl. Boo. No one likes you. So do we do like a taste comparison test?
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna guess which bowl I'm pulling it from.
Okay.
The correct answer is tape bowl.
Oh yeah. Regular bowl.
No, but that's good. That means that the average blind consumer can't tell the difference between smart bowl and silly bowl.
I mean, if you have a lot of saran wrap and tape lying around and an iron and you don't burn yourself, then I think this might work.
Masterpiece.
This will make movie night a little bit easier. Ow, the hell? Well, I'm stuffed. What do you say we head back upstairs? Oh man, that was fun. So fun. That was awesome. So now that you've told me all about Neopets, and I was listening, of course, and I remember everything you said, I'm going to do the same for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about RuneScape, and I'm also going to tell the people at home all about my favorite childhood game. Are you going to say something?
Is RuneScape?
RuneScape is RuneScape. So there's two versions of RuneScape. There's RuneScape 3, which is the new one that looks great but no one plays, and then there's old school RuneScape, which people still play even though it looks like shit.
Oh, this is cute.
But you don't have to do the random events. You can skip them. Wait, Amanda?
Wow, she just left.
Oh, there you are.
Babe, did you change your clothes?
Yeah, I want to get comfy.
So Bim Bim and I have a lot in common, actually. We both sleep like 20 hours a day. We both get extremely self-conscious when anybody is looking at us. And we both get random bouts of energy late at night. Like we could both be tired all day, but then 10 p.m. rolls around and we're running around like crazy. More so her than me. I'm not literally running around, scratching up the carpet. That's her thing. So I think the dilemma for cat owners is you want to play with your cat, but sometimes it's not as straightforward as it is like with a dog. Like a dog, you throw anything and they're gonna go put it in their mouth and bring it back to you. But with a cat, especially one like Bim Bim, we can tell she wants to play, but it took us a really long time to figure out how. So it took us a couple years, but we finally figured out how to play with her in a way that she seems to enjoy. And I think it's really leveled up our relationship. I feel so much closer to her now that I can bond with her in this way. Plus, who knows, if shit really hits the fan, then you're probably gonna want your cat to be trained to hunt food for you. So that's ultimately the goal. I think the general rule with cats is if you buy a toy for them, they're not gonna play with it. You buy a scratching post, they're not gonna scratch it. But if you give them something that isn't meant for them, they will love it.
We bought this for her to sit on, and she sits under it.
She sleeps under it.
This is what COVID does to people. Makes them film their cat.
Sometimes it's a bit more of a workout for me than it is for her. Really let me down. Now, I think because it's her normal dinner time right now, she sees this as a sort of standoff, like we're negotiating. She already put forth her limit of how much effort she would put into getting dinner, and ultimately she's gonna win the negotiation because I am gonna feed her now. Oh, now you wanna play? We both get extremely self-conscious. Extremely self-conscious. So this pretty much completes the triangle. When you're trying to get her to play, all she wants to do is sleep. When you're trying to get her to sleep, because we're asleep, all she wants to do is eat. And when you're trying to get her to eat, all she wants to do is play. So what the hell? Also, Amanda's allergic to Bim Bim, and we still keep her. Everybody's gotta make sacrifices around here, except for Bim Bim. She sacrifices nothing. Everything is handed to her. She's got the easiest and best life in the world, so. Hey, let's go back to the desk. Well, I think that's pretty much everything we needed to do. I guess this is your channel now?
Mm-hmm.
So now that you have a YouTube channel, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Welcome back to WatchMojo.com. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 butterflies. For this video, we're going to be excluding caterpillars because those are known as future butterflies, and cocoons because that's when they're not a caterpillar or butterfly. So we're just talking about butterflies only.
Wow.
You're gonna do top 10 lists?
Yeah, that's what I always wanted.
Well, you can't do like a Watch Mojo thing because Watch Mojo already does that.
Well, then I don't want to do it then.
So this is still my channel?
Yeah, I guess.
Nice. Well, sorry for taking you guys on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster there. I thought that this was going to be her big break, but can't do Watch Mojo. Well, I guess since this is still my channel, I can't make you do the brand deal for me, so I'll be right back. So things are kind of weird right now, and a lot of us have a bunch of free time we didn't ask for and are looking to fill it up with movies and TV shows. But sometimes a thing you wanted to watch that you thought was on Netflix isn't on Netflix, even though it definitely used to be and you could have sworn it still was. But get this, with a VPN, you can trick your internet into thinking that you're in a different
That's the
country,
one that I
thereby
got.
unlocking the content that may only be available there. Pretty neat, huh? ExpressVPN is my choice for a VPN because they have server.
All right. Anyway. Well, I would love to watch more videos. Go watch some Danny stuff, but I think we've reached the time. I think, you know, an hour and a half really feels like the amount of time you can really react to something before it gets incredibly boring. I think that I watched that entire video and it was like, what, like 15, 20 minutes? 15 minutes of just him and his wife hanging out. And that just shows how entertaining he can be, because you'll just sit there and just watch it. You just be into it. He just kind of makes stuff that's very watchable. It comes on, you just binge it, and then you move on. And I think he's fun, he's funny, and that's pretty much it. He has good criticisms too. I didn't watch a lot of those. Recently he did a video about the writer's strike and how it's affecting the writers. He did a video where he went and the eating like Tom Brady thing. He did the buying things on Instagram to look at all the dumb Instagram ads. How Ninja's Masterclass is terrible. Just all these like really good criticisms of things. But I didn't want to just watch him criticize people. I wanted to understand him as a person. And I think we've kind of gotten the vibe. And I think for both of them, Danny does a very similar thing where he will basically find something interesting to talk about and then talk about it. So commentary, basically, but not in like a negative way. It's rare to find commentary YouTubers that don't do drama, because there's a very fine line between commentary and drama. Drama is just talking about things people did that upset other people. You know, commentary is finding something that isn't being criticized and criticize it, which is very different. Criticism and drama are different. They're similar and they have overlap, but they're not the same thing. Drama is something that is unimportant or over the top. It's either something that doesn't matter at all or something that is horrifying. And commentary is more about criticizing a person's actions or a company or a product and how it has failed other people. And it's less important and more light, but also there isn't a lot of negativity involved. Nobody really gets hurt in that kind of commentary. And that's something I like about the two of them, you know? They just want to be funny, and that's it. They entertain you, you know, 10, 20 minutes of just like, okay, I've passed my time and I had a good time. And they build this sort of nostalgia and parasocial bond that isn't toxic in any way. So that's them. They're part of the whole crew of the boys, all the different people that do the commentary stuff. And they're great. Danny also has a second channel. Oh man, he has a YouTube. I didn't know that.
Hey guy, remember a couple months ago when I wasted like $1,000 on what ended up being almost entirely a bunch of junk? Well, I'm doing that again. It's not that I don't...
I think he has some of the like smoothest intros and outros. Like his ad reads are great. His like introductions are always like, hey, punch zoom. Like it just works in like the first 15 seconds. It's like a very specific formula of like, hey, I'm this guy. This is the thing I've been doing. Remember this thing? All right, there we go. This is what the concept is. All right, here we go. Bye. You know, and that's it. It's that perfect commentary of that. And he's got all the fun stuff in the background, and he always does the screen behind him. He used to have a physical screen he put stuff on. and now he has a green screen sort of screen that he just puts whatever he wants on, so he can just swap it out, which is fun, and I think kind of inspired a lot of things that I do. Like I have that poster behind me, and it's kind of that same vibe. Or when I do essays, I used to have the TV behind me, and I think that was inspired by him a little bit. And Danny's music always inspired me. So I think Danny's more successful numbers wise, and he has more like musical talent and like a wider array of channels and stuff. Even though he doesn't have a second channel listed on here, which is interesting. Which is Too Danny, Too Furious, by the way. But I think Drew, he feels more down to earth, if that makes any sense. Almost like you can just tell he's just in a room and he's doing it. And Danny likes to expand and grow and go to other places and do other things. And like went to a haunted hotel and worked at Corridor. And he seems more traveled and worldly, I guess you could say. But I don't know, they're very different people. Drew seems really content with what he's making. He makes stuff that he likes, and he has fun doing it, and he gets paid doing it, and he exists. And he has this kind of perfect little life with him and his wife, who he met through the internet. And he's more like down to earth and more like I could see him having kids one day and having a family channel that's really down to earth. But Danny, on the other hand, I feel like would end up with bigger stuff. But I don't know. I think Drew, out of the two, is my favorite, personally. I would say Danny's more successful, but Drew has got more heart, if that makes sense. But that's just me. But they are very different people. And I think they're a good duo. And it's fun that two guys basically created the same content around the same time, and they were from the same place, like the same previous. They were Vine invaders or whatever. The Vine refugees. And Vine was an interesting place where a lot of like YouTubers got their start because they would make just fun jokes and then they would blow up and then they would transfer that over, or they wouldn't. And TikTok has kind of taken that slot and gone even more wild with it, and now YouTube Shorts is like sort of the same thing. It's interesting how neither of these guys really make shorts all that much. Danny has made one, apparently. I feel like they both should start making more shorts. I think Drew is trying to be more like the bigger people on the channel. I think he looks on YouTube, he finds what is very popular right now, and he sort of whatever he's interested in talks about. But I think that I think they both do that. But I feel like they should totally start a podcast. It would do really well. We Are Two Different People, the podcast. We'll get a lot of interest. But in order to make a podcast, you basically have to be connected. It's mostly a very successful people thing. You're usually very large, a creator, and then you get contacted by someone who's like, hey, we're this company and we want you to make a podcast. And then you make one and you get 1 billion views and it's over. And you just do that for a long time. I, on the other hand, just made a podcast for fun. And I just keep swapping them out. And they're all really bad and terrible. And I still make them and I don't know why. But most people, when they make a podcast, it's because they've been hired. And they have like connections. And I feel like they could do it if they really wanted to, but I guess they're doing their own things. Anyway. This was really fun. I had a blast. And I was going to record some videos live, but I feel like I could just record after the stream. If there were more people here, I might have kept doing it and recording, but the reacts videos, it's Monday. Nobody's going to show up anyway, so I thought, hey, I'll react to some stuff and I'll watch some creators. And, I like this concept of, like, taking a person that I respect, a creator or two creators that I want to write about and talk about, and sort of studying them and just feeling like, what thoughts do I actually have about these people? and I think it's good. I still haven't actually finished a video from any of these reactions. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it, but the Kingdom Hearts week is starting in a couple of days. This Thursday. Tomorrow we're going to play Apex. Wednesday we're going to play Jedi, and then Kingdom Hearts week starts. So for the next 2 days, I'm going to be making this Kingdom Hearts video I need to make. So I will see you tomorrow for some Apex. Should be fun. Anyway, hope you had fun watching the VOD or whatever. If anybody saw this. Bye.
Bye!